Where's my hat? Do you know where my Chelsea cap is?
No. Oh, it's behind your laptop.
Behind it. I'm an idiot. Alright guys, welcome to the live stream. That's a bit bright. Nice one. Everybody who is in, welcome to the Chelsea versus Kawasaki Frontale, or as someone has put here on Twitter, as I just looked up, Frontale. I know this is a very stupid time for a stream. It's a stupid time really in the UK on a Friday, 11 in the morning, but it is what it is. Chelsea are in Japan. We're playing two friendlies. The first one, oh my goodness, why is that? I'm gonna have to sit. You wanna see the hair underneath? Someone's just taking the piss. I love my hair. This is my favorite haircut I've ever had in my whole life. But yeah, I'm good. I'm on our little boat apartment in Amsterdam. It's pretty sick, this place. A friend of ours has gone to Tomorrowland. So he said, do you want to come and stay? Instead of me Airbnb-ing it out. And we were like, yeah. How's the Wi-Fi? It's actually pretty good. We've got good enough internet to be able to stream the match on my laptop. And I'm doing the stream itself is going live from my iPhone. I do apologise if it's not fully covering my hair. The only issue is that oh, for God's sake, like the stupid iPhone Auto on the stream keeps making me go really light. No, Lawrence, come and look at this. So the iPhone thinks that when I move further away, I'm too dark, so it overcompensates with the exposure.
Yeah.
So I move in, and it goes back to normal. As soon as I go to like a comfortable position.
That's so annoying.
So annoying. Maybe I can do this. Maybe we can go fully in the window. And then if I just... Guys, what do we think about this?
That's good.
This is good, isn't it?
It's very good.
Whoa.
Perfect lighting.
Wow, okay. This is nice. And then we've got...
It's like you're in a proper studio master.
Awesome. This is great. So yeah, welcome to everybody who's in here. 136 people. The match hasn't started yet. I'm gonna do all of the boring live stream stuff now, like tweeting out the live stream, making sure I've put it in as many places as possible to try and get as many people as possible to watch it. Hey Tilly. Hey Dobby. So we're gonna do all of that stuff now, and yeah, we've got 12 minutes until kickoff. I will go through the team. We're going to look at who's on the bench, so who we can expect to see start the second half, and all of that jazz. So if you guys haven't yet liked the stream, be sure to give it a little like. Damn, it feels good to be a Dobby. Okay. We are live. Chelsea versus Kawasaki Frontale, pre-season friendly, number 3, live stream, number 3 in Japan. We are in Amsterdam, but that's irrelevant. Head over and check out the live if you fancy it. Boom, okay, nice one. I will also just add a little picture because tweets seem to do better with photos. I know you guys are commenting right now. I'm currently not looking at the chat. I'm just putting this stuff up, and then I will be fully listening to everything that you've got to see. What are we saying? You hope Mishi will have better luck today. Yeah, I think I'd love to see him score today. It's kind of important after he didn't score in that last match. As a striker, there's only so many good performances you can have without scoring a goal before people start to question it. And particularly for him as well, like it's a confidence thing. Like he might know that he's playing well enough, but he also knows that his quality is measured through goals. That's his currency. And if he doesn't score goals, regardless of how good his performance is, as a striker, people are going to ask questions. particularly when Giroud came on and scored 2 in the second half of the last game. Who do I think will start up front this season? I'm saving my best starting 11. I've got loads of videos that you guys have been asking for me to make that I'm kind of delaying so that when I do make it, I can give more of an informed view. For example, everyone has said, well, I say everybody, I've screenshot like 40 comments talking about Pulisic, why I'm not mentioning him at all, ever. And the reason for that is I've not seen him play at Chelsea yet. And even though it's pre-season, we've seen so many players play that I feel as though it's only fair to talk about who we've seen and save who we haven't seen and talk about them later. So Pulisic should be starting the second half today. So I'm sure we'll know a lot more about him to talk about after this match today. Watching from Australia. Yeah, I guess because of the crazy kickoff time, there's actually so many better places in the world to be watching this than Europe right now. This is like prime work time on a Friday. People can leave work early, but I think 11 a.m. is far too soon. Oh my goodness, that absolute loser who comes in here and just spams the chat is in here again. Why isn't he blocked forever? I'm pretty sure. Also guys, I'm checking the stream as well on my laptop, and I will be moderating people that are commenting, that are sticking around for the whole stream. So if you intend on watching this entire stream, let me know, and I'm not going to add any mods yet, but I'll do it as soon as I see people that are kind of in here for a while. Just to manage those little spammers in the comment section, because I titled the video live pre-season, people just come here and spam their shitty links. Do what everyone else has got to do and pay £1.99 a match. What do I think of Drew Binsky? I don't watch his videos, but I have seen some of his videos, and every time I watch them, I think they're good. Matt Ball is watching the whole stream. Matt, thank you. Watch him from Amsterdam. Come and say hello afterwards. How can you watch? Okay, so Chelsea had a package that's probably not, well, it's not worth buying the package now. It was £10.99 to watch all of the pre-season matches, either on the app or on the website. It's either that or it's £2 per game. Obviously, I can't show the actual football on the screen during my live stream, because if I did that, I would get banned. Chelsea would strike my channel down, and then there's no more videos for anybody, so it's not worth it. So I'm just going to commentate. The way these streams have kind of been going is I do a mixture of like live radio style commentaries or TV style commentaries, whichever way you want to look at it. And then I'm also talking to you guys in the chat, reacting to things, analysing things. It's kind of like you can come to this spot for everything in one place, and it's live. Ah. You like the commentary? Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate that. I don't know if you guys are going to see any reflections behind. I wish you could kind of see a 360-degree angle of this place. It's amazing. Like, the place we're staying in is on the canal in Amsterdam, so boats and pedlos and everything literally come up and brush against the window. And you guys are resting on the window right now, which is really cool. I'm actually going to show you. For the 250 of you in here, this is what we're working with right now. So this is obviously where I'm reading you guys talking, and then I open up, I can show it for like a few seconds. I got this there as well. We've got the George Benson Football Live, which are going to hit 9,000 during the stream. And then behind us, yeah, this is pretty class. We've got a nice little view overlooking one of the canals in Amsterdam. Whew. All right, still here. Yeah, this is literally the sickest setup ever. I wanted to do it on the rooftop, but the internet wouldn't be good enough to stream the match on my laptop, and I wouldn't be able to see the laptop very well either. So it would have been a bit of a waste of time. It's quite cool because they have like tour boats that go past, and everyone's just on there getting drunk at like 11 o'clock in the morning. It's insane. Rainbow Beanie Guy says, do I miss Oscar? I do. Do you know what? I do miss Oscar, actually. I like making videos with him too. Some of you may remember that. Okay, so we've got 5 minutes to go until the match kicks off. It's probably a good time, now that there's 250 odd of you here in the stream, for me to go over the lineup. We can talk about who starts the first half. I'm going to try and see if I can see who's on the bench. So, let me go to Chelsea FC Twitter account. Imagine not being subscribed to the George Benson football channel. Imagine. Like, who wouldn't be? A lot of people, actually. But still, it's not the point. Okay, so here is the lineup. We've got a strong first half team here. This is quite exciting. We've got Willy Caballero in goal. Azpilicueta, captain. David Luiz, Kurt Zouma in the centre-back positions. Marcos Alonso starting at left-back. There's a chance for him to redeem himself today. I've not been talking too highly of him so far in pre-season. Kovacic, who's been very good. Jorginho, looking forward to seeing him get some minutes as well. Mason Mount, and then Kennedy, the man who we said should stay in yesterday's video, if you watched that, with Pedro and Batshuayi. So Pedro probably starting on the right, Kennedy on the left, Batshuayi up front on his own. Would have liked to have seen two strikers, similarly to what we saw in the first half of the game against St Patrick's, but I think that was simply a test, and I think we're probably seeing something more like what we can expect to see from Frank next season with this lineup today. Can you guys hear me okay? Is the sound all right? I know that you're a bit further away from me than normal. It should be okay. You can probably hear like some little water in the background as well. Good. Perfect. Thank you, Tilda. The stadium reminds me of Baku. I've not even watched it yet. Okay, I've got it up now. Let's see what's going on, shall we? I'm gonna drag this tab out, make it smaller, because I don't need the whole thing. And then I'll also drag the tab out for the stream. I'm just trying to maximize what I've got available to me on the screen so that I can keep interacting with you lot as much as I can. Perfect. Okay, I think I've got it good here. Handshakes right now between the players. It looks like a nice stadium. It does look very much like the one we played in Baku. When am I doing a video with 100% Chelsea? Obviously, I've not seen Louis since we were in Baku together. He was the first person I did collaborate with here on the channel. So hopefully next season there'll be opportunities to do more collabs between not just me and Louis and the guys at 100% Chelsea, but maybe other Chelsea channels as well. In the past, when I've not really been involved in like a Chelsea YouTube space, I've always found it very cringe how like people fight amongst one another when at the same time everyone's making videos about the same thing, so who gives a shit about what everyone else says? I've never really seen the point in that, and I kind of know most people within the Chelsea community, and I don't think I have any problems with anybody. I quite like everybody's take on things. It's quite nice to not just watch back what I'm saying when I'm making a video, because obviously I edit the video, so I know what I'm saying because I'm the one saying it. But it's kind of nice to watch everyone else's stuff as well. Am I in Amsterdam? Yes, I am. Can you watch the game here? No, I'm just doing commentary and reactions and all of that stuff. I'm not allowed to stream the game. I've said this quite a few times. I can't stream it because I will get my channel taken down on YouTube, which is not really worth it for anybody, to be honest. Opinion on the away kit. I think it's one of the best football kits I've ever seen, if I'm honest. That is a massive statement, I know, but I will probably do a video where we go through the away kits as well, because the home kits one did so well. Tammy Abraham isn't in the squads today, which is slightly worrying because we can't really afford to let him go, so I hope we're not letting him go. I've not actually seen who's on the bench, but from what I'm seeing on Chelsea Twitter, Pulisic is on the bench, so we'll see him in the second half. How many pre-season games are there remaining? So there's 4 after this one, and I'm hoping to actually go to the last 3. Reading, which is pretty much where I live, on the 28th of July, and then I think I'm going to try and get to Salzburg, and then Borussia Mönchengladbach as well. So I'm hoping to go to all 3 of those games. So I'll be streaming this one, and I'll also be streaming the game against Barcelona as well on Tuesday, which is the big one, really. That's the one where we're really going to see how good we are. Man City's third kit is the worst kit I've seen in my life. Okay. Okay, so the bench is pretty much as we can expect. Someone has just said it there in the chat. Thank you for that. The game's about to kick off. 90 minutes of football, third match in pre-season. Frank Lampard's first game in charge of Chelsea, unbeaten so far. A 1-1 draw against Bohemians and a comfortable 4-0 win against St. Patrick's. Long flights to Japan. It looked as though the players spent the entire flight playing Uno, according to Chelsea's official social media accounts. Bakayoko, supposedly the Uno champion. He's got to be the champion of something, Uno. He's not numero uno to start in Chelsea's midfield next season, that's for sure. On the stream, we just got the Kawasaki Frontale players in a little huddle. Chelsea wearing the new away kit, the white away kit, the polo shirt kind of feel. It's a Chelsea thing, was the branding. I like that. That was actually a really good video. Awful joke, sorry. Live puns, they're never as great as planned ones, you know. Thank you, Simon. That's what I like to see. Thoughts on Bakayoko in the comments right now. Let's go. We have kicked off. Kawasaki Frontale kicking from right to left. Chelsea, obviously, from left to right. That's like a classic commentary line, isn't it? Like opening commentary line. What do you think is the most pointless phrase in football? Mine is, it's a game of two halves. Like, when pundits say that, I'm just thinking, like, you're getting paid to spew out this trash? Come on. I can get away with it here because I don't make any money from these videos, so it's absolutely fine. Tom HS has been at all streams. Yes, he has. Tom, I remember you. Therefore, I'm going to mod you because you're a good guy. Tom HS is now a moderator. Welcome. The next goal is really important. I mean, yeah, kind of is. Okay, Chelsea getting forward here inside the first minute with Pedro. Looks to put a ball in. I genuinely believe the guy has just got that ball away there with a diving leg. And I mean, like, he's gone, like, for a knee slide, Eden Hazard-esque celebration, and it's come off either the place he didn't want it to come off or one of his legs. That was very awkward. All right. Throw into Kawasaki Frontale. 1 minute, 30 seconds in. We've got a real game on now. I mean, as if we didn't have a real game before. I agree, David. What a bullshit phrase that is. Do I think Casey Palmer is good enough? If you haven't seen last night's video, I suggest give that a little watch. I give my views on Casey Palmer within that video. The J-League World Challenge Trophy. So this could be Frank Lampard's first trophy as Chelsea manager. Probably the most iconic of them all, the J-League Classic. Amazing. Full stadium, it looks as though it's a sellout. Chelsea now looking to get forward. Batshuayi, good first touch, doesn't get it out of his feet. Kawasaki Frontale, get the ball away. It's an open start to this match. Be interesting to see how Kennedy does today. I said in my video yesterday I wanted him to stay. Happily see him play further up the pitch, defensive, or as a striker. He's playing further up today. Him and Pedro are the wingers with Batshuayi, the lone striker up front, as Batshuayi wins a little header there, defensive header. And it should go through to Caballero. He's out of his box. He does get it cleared with his left foot. If in doubt, kick it out. There's another phrase from Sunday League football for you. That's my dad's favourite one. My dad would always panic when the ball would come near me because I'm his son and I was the goalkeeper. So he always wondered and worried that I wasn't actually going to pick up the ball. So sometimes it's best to just stick your foot through it. Tilda for mod. Yeah, but I know Tilda's going to be watching this and she'll be distracted by something else as well. So she's not going to be keeping an eye on the chat to delete links. That's what the mod is there for. To get rid of rude people. I'll make her a mod anyway. Because I love her. But we'll have to see if she does a good job. There we go. I can make this one banned myself. Azwar TV. I managed to get there before the mods. Alonso's the worst left back in the Premier League. He's definitely not the worst left back in the Premier League. For how long have I been a Chelsea fan? Well, I went to my first game in the previous century. So 1999 was my first game. Against Villa. Interesting to see Kennedy as an attacker. Yeah, no, I'm interested to see him as an attacker too. I think he's a good player. I just think he's very much a confidence player where he wants to feel like he's a part of something. A lot of football does come down to psychological things for individuals as well. So it's one thing measuring a man's talent based off of what you've seen, but I think obviously Chelsea see something in him in training Otherwise, he wouldn't be here. So it's kind of like you have to think about the things that we don't necessarily see as fans watching the games. Okay, it's been a very slow start to this game. There's really nothing to talk about as of yet. 5 minutes in. This pitch is absolutely huge. I don't know if that's just the camera angle, but it's absolutely massive. Okay, here's Chelsea now with, looks like Olivier Giroud's played in a good through ball. I might have to make the screen a bit bigger. Well kept in by Mason Mount. He's done very, very well there. Gives it back to Kennedy. What we're going to see from him now, I'd see him try and get in a ball towards Batshuayi's head. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, the Japanese team do very well there. And Marcos Alonso with his right foot ushers it back to the goalkeeper. I think people are wondering what the hell's going on now because everyone on the boats going past is like looking as if to say, what is this? When's Loftus-Cheek back though? I'm going to say Christmas. I don't actually know that for a fact. Lawrence, Tilda says hello. She saw you walk past.
Where am I?
There. Alright, Azpilicueta gives it to Pedro. Chelsea getting the ball in the box. Good footwork from Pedro. It's out to Jorginho. Gives it to Kovacic, who plays it back. David Luiz. Chelsea just retaining possession. Something we've seen quite a lot in this pre-season. Just being very patient in the build-up play. Not trying to force the ball into the box. There's a better ball to go backwards. It goes backwards. That's what we're looking at here. And Kawasaki can't get it out again. Good pressure from Chelsea. It's not a bad start to the game. Matt Ball says, who's the guy behind me? This is Pelican.
What's up, Matt Ball?
Brush your teeth in the bathroom. Another guy called Lawrence has got very offended by you. Tilda says, nice brushing.
Thank you.
I agree.
Hope you like my technique.
Very good technique mastery. David Luiz, that's a slip. And it gets back to Caballero. Almost a mistake there from Chelsea's Brazilian centre-half. I think if that wasn't a pre-season game, we'd have seen a bit more urgency. Although we do have the J-League Challenge Trophy, apparently, up for grabs in this Japan tour. Chiang Mai. Lawrence is not a Chelsea fan. He is part of the Reading Massive.
Big up. I'm super running. Super running, I see. Where my phone,
Apparently you're a peasant for not having an electric toothbrush.
Who said that?
Some person.
Well, I like to take it back to old school.
Old
You guys are
school
missing out.
toothbrushes.
You millennials.
Millennials, you little new millennials. Man's talking with his mouth full now. Lawrence Fernandez is getting very, very triggered by your behaviour, Lawrence.
Oh, how does he spell his name?
This is good. You're an influencer.
How does he spell his name?
With a W.
Yeah, we'll go fuck himself. Sorry, Lawrence. But there's only one way to spell it.
That's true.
With you.
The trophy looks nice. You've literally just gone hard on somebody. Oh. Lawrence Fernandez is coming to find you now, Lawrence.
I ran away.
He's run away. He's gonna go and hopefully bring me back a coffee when he comes back. That's what I'm hoping for. David Luiz does very well, keeps the ball in play. Here's Marcos Alonso for Chelsea. Mateo Kovacic, Jorginho, ever so slightly further forward than him right now. Here he is, in the middle of the park, expecting big things from Jorginho today. Knocks it forward, that's a poor first touch from Kennedy. Gives the ball away far too easily there. In the middle is Kawasaki Frontale. Tried to get it forward again, but yet again, Chelsea putting on the pressure, forcing the pass a second or two too early, and regaining possession that way. Would I rather have Frank Lampard in his peak or Eden Hazard back? No, Frank Lampard in his peak. Good question though, Tilda. So we're into the 8th minute of the game. I'm not entirely sure how many of you are actually watching the stream and the game live. There are 200 of you in here, which is fantastic. Thank you to everybody who's joined. I'm going to go through the lineup again in a second. If you're in the stream, be sure to give the stream a like. It supports the channel. It's the easiest way for you guys to be able to do that. When will Kante be fit? Well, he was on the plane. He is in Japan. I don't know if he's on the bench. Can someone let me know in the chat? Is N'Golo Kante on the bench and ready to come on in the second half? I'm expecting Frank to go with 11 in the first half, 11 in the second half, the same as we've seen in the 2 friendlies prior to this one. So I definitely feel as though that's the case. You need to go to work now. Okay. Love you. Speak to you later. He's not on the bench. Okay, that's pretty Good clarity there. Okay, Kennedy gives the ball away again. That's the third time I've seen him do that in the opening 9 minutes. Again, I'm not trying to look for faults. I'm simply telling you guys what's going on. Kawasaki Frontale getting forward now. It's the left back. I don't know any of their players' names. If I was getting paid to do this commentary, I would have 100% done my research so that I can do a professional job. But it's a very good ball into the box. David Luiz heads it away, but it's only gone. It's a good little volley on the left foot from the right midfielder, and Willy Caballero makes the first important save of the match. Good football from the Japanese side there, though, getting down the left. It's a very nice ball in. David Luiz gets a... It was a poor clearance, really, but Marcos Alonso, shock horror, in no man's land, not doing his defensive job. He's just hanging out in the penalty box. Classic Alonso. I would love to have seen him put his foot through that and force Willy to dive into the top corner, straight at him. So the Chelsea lineup, Willy Caballero in goal, Azpilicueta captain at right back, Kurt Zouma and David Luiz making up the centre-back positions, Marcos Alonso starting on the left, a midfield of Kovacic, Mason Mount and Jorginho, with Kennedy and Pedro behind Batshuayi up front as a lone striker. As always, expect to see a different 11 in the second half and expect to see a debut for Christian Pulisic, as Chelsea are looking to get forward. The bench is Jamie Cummings, Zappacosta, Christensen, Emerson, Fikayo Tomori, Danny Drinkwater, Ross Barkley, Pulisic, Casey Palmer, Bakayoko and Olivier Giroud. If we didn't have a transfer ban, Tim says we would have sold Kennedy. Potentially. I actually said in my video yesterday I'd like to see him given a chance and I'd like to see him stay. Batshuayi with a good touch. Kawasaki Frontale kind of, they put every single man to the ball. I have a feeling that if they don't make the same amount of changes as Chelsea do in the second half and they keep a lot of their players on the pitch, I feel as though as this game goes on they may not have the fitness, but they win it back in the middle again. Kennedy wins the ball back though for Chelsea. Here's Mason Mount, gives it to Batshuayi, whose first touch there wasn't the best. 11 minutes gone. Chelsea, I wouldn't say dominating the procedure. I think it's Kawasaki Frontale have had the best chance. We've not made anything going forward as of yet. Here's Mason Mount though for Chelsea, the man who's just signed his new contract. Gets away from two players, wins himself a free kick, which he's trying to take early, but he's got to move the ball back. This is so cool watching the boats go past. It's amazing. Come on, Chelsea. Good defending again. Shout out to Milo Ainsworth. Lawrence says, Willian in or out? In. He's got to be in. It does sound as though we're losing the ball too much. I can confirm it's because we are losing the ball too much. We're not really getting many passing moves together whatsoever so far in this game. My birthday is soon, 6th of August. Why is everyone talking about Pato? That was a while ago. Barcelona to win the Champions League. I've seen that they've offered Coutinho and Dembele, or a choice between 5 Barcelona players, plus 100 million for Neymar. It's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. Ridiculous if PSG reject that. 100 mil, yes, okay, they make a loss financially, but then they obtain players probably of a combined value above the money they missed out on, and it's a player that doesn't want to be there anymore and wants to go to Barcelona, so it's kind of like a no-brainer for me. Why would they not accept that? If it's official and true, of course. Yes, that is good analysis, Kapil Raman. Chelsea are playing rusty. They actually are. I like that. I expect to see that in Premier League commentary next season. Here's Jorginho though for Chelsea. That is a lovely ball to Batshuayi. Chests it down perfectly. Comes to Pedro on that wicked left foot on the edge of the area. And again, Pedro gives the ball away. But that was good football. A nice knock forward from Jorginho, who's won the ball back again here. Sees a pass to Mason Mount on the edge of the area. Mason Mount goes for the shot. Kawasaki Frontale closing him down again and getting the ball away. And they're trying to get forward. We've seen this happen quite a few times. Chelsea, when we don't have the ball, we're looking to get it back immediately, which means the passes that the Japanese side are trying to make are often missing their man, and we get possession back quickly simply by closing the men down. Here's Kovacic just inside the Chelsea half, out to Emerson, our first choice left back. Wolves to win the Premier League? I don't think so. Hello. Yes! Oh, Pedro with the first shot. It's a little volley. We saw something similar in the game against St Patrick's when Olivier Giroud flicked it on and Pedro got his toe on it. That's all that it was. Frank looks a little bit unsure on the sidelines as him and Jody are kind of discussing stuff right now. That was the first time in 15 minutes that we've actually managed to test the goalkeeper, but even then it was straight at him. I'd say the Japanese team's effort was actually a lot better than ours. Where can you watch it online? Obviously, I'd like you guys to stay and watch my stream, but I'm not going to beg you to stay. You can watch the match itself on the Chelsea website or on the Chelsea app. So it is possible to watch both. Mason Mount gives it to Azpilicueta. Here's Kovacic with a poor first touch, but he manages to retain the possession anyway. Kennedy, this is good football from Chelsea. Quick, fast-paced passing. Here's Marcus Alonso. The words fast-paced don't really stay when he's on the ball. Kovacic gives it to Jorginho. He's looking for that through ball again, looking to go forward. I'm liking this from Jorginho. Here's Kennedy. Back to Mason Mount. Jorginho moves forward, but not too far forward. Azpilicueta. Mason Mount again to Emerson. Good possession retention here from Chelsea. Mason Mount gets the ball out wide to Marcus Alonso. I just said Emerson. Oh. Honestly, how could a phone overheat? It's not even hot outside. Guys, I do apologise. I know that we've just lost over 200 people. Such a shame. If any of you guys can tweet out the stream or anything, I would be very grateful to get people back in. It's a bit of a nightmare. Alright, we're back up to over 100 viewers again. That's good. Sadly, I'm not celebrating too hard because in the time that I've been away, nothing has happened. There was a shot from Batshuayi that went just wide of the post. Yes, please. Actually, I've got some here. All right, Harry is still here. Scott Squires is still here. Good news. And the best news is Chelsea and Kawasaki is still going on as well. So we're not actually any man down right now. Okay. Yes, Nathan. Yes, the life of Nicholas. Sumyadeep Paul is still here as well. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate that. I didn't think the thing that would make the stream go down would be that we'd overheat. Well done. Thank you. Come on, Chelsea. Thank you, Matt Ball. All right, let's see how it goes. Why has Kepa not been a part of pre-season? I don't actually know, to be honest. I do feel as though it's very obvious who our number one first choice goalkeeper is. So, in terms of, I guess he still needs playing minutes the same as anybody else when it comes to fitness, but for a goalkeeper it isn't necessarily as much. Did you fry up your phone? Yes. I had it in the window and the sun is coming into the window right now, so I think it overheated a little bit. So, 20 minutes into this game, I would go as far as to say this has been the worst 20-minute spell of pre-season for Chelsea so far. We've given the ball away cheaply. We're just starting to get possession together a lot more now in terms of we've been winning the ball back, but they're not doing anything with it. But we are going forward now with Kennedy. Nice little pass forward from Alonso. Kennedy looking to hold up the ball. 2 men on him. Chelsea win a throw-in. 150 people back in the stream. I can deal with that. That's cool. Guys, if you're in the stream and you haven't yet, click the like button with your thumbs. That would be perfect. Here's Alonso. Gives it to Jorginho. It's a lovely little ball through to Kennedy, who's come inside here. He plays a nice ball with the outside of his foot to Azpilicueta. Can he get the ball into the box? He can. Pedro flicks on the header. And the Japanese team get it away, but it's as far as Jorginho goes for the shot, and it comes to Kennedy on the edge of the area. Shot closed down again. Good defending here from the Japanese side. Azpilicueta, that is a decent ball into the box, but it misses Batshuayi, and it looks as though Kawasaki get the ball away finally. And they have got the break on here, but David Luiz comes through, as he so often does, with a commanding clearance away. Here's Mason Mount for Chelsea. Pedro We're playing a lot better now, to be honest. The score is still 0-0, 22 minutes gone. It's fun visualizing the stuff you're saying. Good. As long as you can do that, then I'm doing my job well. Kurt Zouma gives it to Pedro. Good play from Pedro. He always manages to keep hold of the ball in those tight situations. Patient build-up yet again from Chelsea. Here's Jorginho. He's having a good first half to Kovacic. Nice little ball through. Good defending again from Kawasaki. Best player on the pitch so far, I'll be very honest, 22 minutes in, there's not enough to go by. I've not seen anything really at all from Chelsea. I guess defensively we've had to work a little bit harder than we have in other matches, so David Luiz and Kurt Zouma look strong at the back. I'll say that so far, but the rest has kind of been null and void. Batshuayi's looked semi-sharp, but again, he's given the ball away a couple of times. It's not really been the best 23 minutes for analysis, that's for sure. It's not telling us too much. Maybe because the opposition, I think this Kawasaki team have only lost once in the Japanese league. They're third in the table. I think the opposition have gone up a level. So I think the match against Barcelona is going to be a real test because that stepping stone is obviously going to escalate even further. Here's Jorginho for Chelsea, knocking it forward to Batshuayi. Jorginho looking for that forward ball all the time, and he switches it with a perfect ball to Marcus Alonso, who gets the ball under control. Here's Mason Mount for Chelsea, gives it to Mateo Kovacic. Azpilicueta making a run at right back. Jorginho holding onto the ball nicely. Here's Kennedy. Jorginho, Chelsea. This is a good little bit of football here, about 40 yards from goal. Kovacic gives it to Marcus Alonso on the edge of the area. Alonso, that's a good ball. Chelsea could be in here. Marcus Alonso loses it. And he smiles, as if he knew it was happening. Frank's looking a bit stressed out. He's looking as though what he's seen so far isn't what he likes. Oh. Zouma looks like a unit. Yeah, he is. In Frank we trust. Absolutely, Danny Egley. Welcome back to the stream. I remember you from the other day. What he's seeing will not cut it against Barcelona. That is correct. We would be losing the game against Barcelona playing like this right now. But it is still 0-0. Let's not speak about too many hypothetical situations. Let's look at what we've got in front of us. We're playing against a strong team. Is there any way to watch for free? I mean, why don't you just pay like everybody else instead of adding to the problem in football? Kawasaki now getting forward. Yes, Jorginho does have a future with us. I'm excited to see what he does this season. David Luiz commanding the centre-back position again, getting the ball away, up towards Batshuayi. This is where we want to see him doing well. He's got two defenders on him here, Mishi, and he holds up the ball pretty well, but knocks it out for a throw-in. Again, he did the first bit right, two defenders on him, kept hold of it, and then the final pass, the little poke ball that he tried to make to Pedro, wasn't good enough. Who should play in the midfield in the Premier League? At the moment, obviously Loftus-Cheek is injured probably until around Christmas time, so we have to take that into consideration. Kante, Jorginho. I don't know if we're going to play one striker. I still haven't decided. I really haven't decided. Who should start, Abraham or Batshuayi? From what I've seen in pre-season so far, I would say that Batshuayi is slightly above Tammy in the pecking order right now. Chelsea getting forward again with Azpilicueta. Can he get the ball in? He's pulled it back and there's no Chelsea players. That's where you want Frank Lampard running in. But he wasn't there, obviously. He's on the sidelines waiting for a Bakayoko pass. Now, Kawasaki getting the ball forward. Pedro misses the tackle. This guy on the left is pretty quick for the Japanese team. They're number 41. He's waiting for men to come forward again, and they do so. Chelsea, the shape is off right now. There's huge pockets in the middle of that pitch where who knows what's going on. And at the moment, it's allowing Kawasaki to maintain the possession. Chelsea have now got almost every man. They've got every man behind the ball. I'm not sure I'm liking this, to be honest. I don't think we need to defend in this many numbers against this team. Emerson should be ahead of Alonso. Yes, I agree. What formation will we be playing next season? Again, it's still to be seen. I think from what I've seen in pre-season, I quite liked seeing the two strikers, but I don't think Frank will change it that drastically. Here's Kawasaki again. Can they get the ball into the box now? We've had nothing to shout about for 26 minutes. We could have the first goal, but good defending from Azpilicueta, who puts his leg out, and they don't make the ball into the box. If we want to play counter-attacking football, we're going to need players that can be fast. We've got players that can release the ball fast, but we don't have anyone fast who can run onto it. It's not like the Liverpool or the Man City counter-attack where they kill it and often do so well because of the pace. We've had that in the past. If we've had Willian running down and Eden Hazard running down, with Diego Costa just bundling his way through the middle, that's when it worked well. Here we go, Kawasaki with a corner. We're going to see how Chelsea deal with this one. The ball does come in and it's headed on. The header was won by a Kawasaki player, but he heads it way over the crossbar. We do need Ruben back, that is true. Welcome back to anybody who left the stream, who's now back in the stream, thanks to the phone overheating. Thank you to everybody who stayed also. We've got 200 people watching live as Chelsea take on Kawasaki Frontale in Japan for the third match in Frank Lampard's Chelsea pre-season. It's an unbeaten pre-season so far. You believe that Christensen, Zuma and Rudiger should be the starting centre-backs. So you think we should play three at the back? Where is N'Golo? N'Golo, I'm guessing, will make his first pre-season appearance against Barcelona. I know he's been nursing an injury. He is in the squad, and I don't think he'd have travelled with the squad if Frank didn't intend on playing him. Chelsea now getting forward with Mason Mount. It's a nice 25-yard pass to Pedro. He's got Azpilicueta on the overlapping run. Here's Kennedy for Chelsea, who's cut inside. It looks as though at times Kennedy is all over the shot, which means Mason Mount is going over to the left wing to cover him. But the only problem with that is Kennedy's not really doing too much when he does have the ball. Here's Pedro for Chelsea. He looks for the shot. Oh, it's a wonderful effort. Did that go in? No, it didn't. It hit the top of the net. It's a beautiful effort from Pedro. Chelsea's best chance of the match so far. The keeper was off his line. I'm not sure if Pedro's kind of gone to ding that over the top of him there, or if he's just tried to whip it top corner. It's a lovely effort nonetheless with his right foot. Very, very close from Pedro. Hits the top of the net. Still Kawasaki 0, Chelsea 0. That was very close. That would have been a beautiful pre-season goal from Pedro. He's looking sharp for me. I don't think Pedro gets as much credit as he deserves as a Chelsea player for what he's done. Some important goals, some massive goals, some great goals. I remember I was at the game between Chelsea and Everton where I almost got in trouble for someone breaking my seat. I got accused of breaking a seat in Goodison Park because some bloke behind me stood on it and snapped it off. He was also the same guy that ran onto the pitch to hug Pedro. And I think he ended up getting banned. But yeah, they tried to blame me for breaking the seat. I was like, come on. I'm 6'2.5". I don't need to stand on a seat to see. That guy was a little shrimp. All right, Chelsea forward again with Azpilicueta. Plays, oh, it's a low ball in. And a Kawasaki defender commits to it and puts it out for a Chelsea corner. It's looking as though now we're taking control of this match, getting the ball forward a lot more. Come on, Chelsea, let's get the ball into the box. Let's get a goal in this first half so we've got something decent to talk about. And obviously, as it is a pre-season friendly, I'll be releasing a brand new 6 Things We Learnt video tonight, so stay tuned for that on the channel as well. This isn't the only thing happening here on the George Benson football channel today. Here's Jorginho for Chelsea. Looking to get the ball forward. Jorginho's getting frustrated, and I can see why. There's very little movement. He's forward thinking all of the time. This is good to see from Jorginho. I'm going to make a note of this. I need to add notes to my book. This is my Chelsea football channel notepad where I make a couple of notes. I put like a few bullet points for every video. I don't script it, obviously, but I make a couple of notes that I can always base off of so that I make sure I cover all my bases. Cover. Man's making notes, you know. It's not school. Lawrence, you do have semi-good banter, I'll give you that, but it's like, it's a semi at best. Asp looks like Albert Einstein. I mean, I've read that as Albert Einstein. That is possibly one of the best misspellings of Albert Einstein I've ever seen. So congratulations for that one. His banter's too dry. I agree, Matt Ball. He's not on the ball, as some would say. As Matt would say. See what I did there? Who's going to be the main penalty taker? They might give it to Jorginho, to be honest. If it was me, I'd give it to our striker, whoever's playing up front. Just get more goals. Do you know what I mean? Goals give strikers confidence. Olivier Giroud's got to be a sick penalty taker. All right, 32 minutes into the game. It is still Kawasaki 0, Chelsea 0. Nothing too much to talk about so far. My one overriding positive of anything so far, it's very small, it is the way Jorginho is trying to play the ball forwards at all times. He's getting frustrated with players that aren't making the runs that he's looking for, which is great to see from him. As Chelsea pressure again, good from Kurt Zouma, and we win back the ball. Here's David Luiz for Chelsea. Out to Kurt Zouma, who's more in like a right-back position right now. Gives it to Pedro. And the ball luckily finds its way through to Mason Mount. It's a lovely back heel from Mason Mount towards Pedro. Chelsea getting forward again, but the pass from Pedro to Batshuayi was just wide of him. And the Japanese side defend it brilliantly again. They're a good team, this Kawasaki. They've only lost once in the Japanese league. They're third in their table. So this is not easy opposition. Chelsea win it back with Kennedy. And it's cleared away. Good defending again, but that was sharp from Kennedy. Getting on the end of the ball, and that was a chance for him there, but he couldn't get it under control. To be honest, I didn't even expect him to intercept it. So we'll take the one positive. He's alive to it, but the first touch, if it was better, he could have taken it into his stride and got a shot away there. Opportunity starting to appear for Chelsea. We've just got to take our chances. Where's a pen? I've normally got pens everywhere. I've got a highlighter pen. Oh, is that a handball? No. Chelsea appealing for a handball after a failed clearance from the Kawasaki defender. They do get it away, but it's one back from Kovacic. Kennedy again with a poor first touch, but he's intercepted it. And Kennedy goes for goal. Don't think he should have shot there. I don't really think the effort was on. It's taken a couple of bounces before going out for a goal kick. Kennedy's confidence is building in this first half. He's playing in more of an attacking role today. And it's set up for him. He should have done better there. It's set up so nicely. And he volleys it wide, or half volleys it wide. Kovacic is looking okay. He's not really had the ball that much so far in the first half. We saw him taking control of the possession a lot in the game against St. Patrick's. We've not seen that so much here. But the intensity is a bit higher in this one today. Chelsea again, Azpilicueta and Jorginho not dealing with the problem. And they're out of position here, as is Marcos Alonso. He's got to close his man down there, Alonso. Instead, Kennedy's come back to support him. It's a good ball in. Kurt Zouma with a towering header away. And Kovacic with a mistake. David Luiz manages to pick up the pieces. But this is not good defending from Chelsea as Kawasaki get forward again. Have some audience of Pedro goers behind us. Reece James is injured. Does Danny Drinkwater have a future at Chelsea? Watch my latest video and you will find out my opinions on that one. Guys, can anyone let me know, have we hit 9,000 subscribers on the channel? We were very close about half an hour ago. So I'm not sure if we've actually hit it yet. If anyone could let me know, that would be awesome. We only hit 8,000 yesterday, which is absolutely mad. Yes, we are. Awesome. Cool. Woo! It's over 9,000. Kurt Zouma getting the ball away. Good ball to Pedro, who has been another positive so far in this first half. Here's Mateo Kovacic driving forward. He's ran a long way with the ball here, Kovacic. He's played in Batshuayi. That's a good pass. Batshuayi looking to get it onto his right foot. It's a good turn. Enough time for a second defender to come and win the ball back for him. Good play there, though, from Kovacic. Linking up with Batshuayi. Batshuayi holding it up nicely. He's holding the ball up, and then when he doesn't see an option, he's trying to get it onto his strong foot, and he's taking players on. I'm enjoying seeing this from Batshuayi. This is good. 10 minutes to go in the first half. There's been no stoppages, so at the moment, I don't expect to see any added time. What a growth. Yeah, the channel's doing amazing. I don't know what it is. I think a lot of it is SEO. A lot of it is because it's a brand new YouTube channel, and YouTube likes new channels that are doing well. So we'll see. I'm happy. Come on, Chelsea. I want to talk about a goal. I want a goal to talk about at half time. Chelsea with a throw-in. We're getting closer. Guys, I'm just going to stand up and see if I can find a pen, because even though I'm watching the stream, I've got to think about making the video tonight. 6 things video. I cannot see a pen anywhere, so I will go and get one at half time, and I'll show you guys my bedroom on this boat. It's so sick. I've got like a little balcony. Come on, Chelsea. Let's go. Let's get a bit of hype going in the chat. Come on, you Blues. The team should try taking more shots from outside the box. Well, Frank Lampard's team at Derby last season had one of the highest percentages of shots from outside the box in the Championship, I believe. So I expect to see something similar. And obviously, it's a Frank Lampard trait that I think as a player, he will try and promote amongst his team as a manager, just to give it a go from outside the box. Something we don't see too often at Chelsea. Willian's obviously good at it. Most of Eden Hazard's goals are from inside the box. Pedro is good from outside the box. David Luiz obviously got a good long shot, but I want to see more of it. Yes, we're finally getting into the game. Things are looking a lot better from Chelsea towards the end of this first half. A lot of the players on the pitch, though, will have wanted to make more of an impact, that's for sure. Here's Pedro. He's been pretty good. Gives it to Azpilicueta. Looking forward again. Here's Mason Mount for Chelsea. It's a good idea towards Batshuayi, but he wasn't as quick off of his feet there, and it goes out for a goal kick. So, I really want that pen. I have numerous other things behind the screen, but no pen. Come on, Chelsea. Predictions on Barcelona-Chelsea. It's so difficult to make predictions for a pre-season friendly until you see this team that actually is put out from both sides. So, for example, if Chelsea make a load of changes and start playing a load of young players, and then Barcelona play their best team available, like, you can't expect Chelsea to win. But it is only pre-season, so anything can happen. Here's Mason Mount, though, for Chelsea. Holding up the ball nicely. Sorry, it's Jorginho. Gives it to Batshuayi. Kovacic. Chelsea looking to build up the pace now. Good link-up play between Jorginho and Kovacic. Here's Marcus Alonso. Can he get a decent ball into the box? Chelsea looking to score before half-time. Alonso takes on his man. It's on his right foot now. Kennedy. That's a good ball over the top. Something we saw a lot between Alonso and Hazard. When Hazard would play those little balls, switch to Azpilicueta, who gets the ball into the box. Here's Batshuayi inside the 6-yard box, holding it up nicely. Gives it to Mason Mount. It's blocked again. Another good chance for Chelsea. Nothing coming from it, as Lawrence is trying to break his way out of the bathroom behind me.
Come on, Chelsea! Come on!
I wish the game was as exciting as that. I can't have that kind of hype and energy right now. It's not good enough. Yeah, it's not very good. It's getting better, but
Needs a George Benson up front. That's what it needs.
That's what it does need.
Chelsea, start him up.
I'm a Fabregas centre midfielder.
Lampard.
Can't run, but I can pass.
Next video should be Lampard, get rid of all your players and sign me up.
That's a very good idea.
There you go, one-man team.
If you start to go down on the channel, I will make a video saying Lampard, get rid of every player now.
Definitely should do it.
Matt Ball says, big up Lawrence. Lawrence, can you do me a favour? In my hugger, in my bedroom,
yes,
in the top pouch of that bag, I've got a load of pens. Can you bring me one, please?
Yes. What colour? Black?
Yeah. Some feedback on Mason Mount from Ruan Jordan. We're actually in the Jordan district in Amsterdam. Fun fact. Yeah, Mason Mount has not had that much of the ball. When he has had the ball, he's looked to hold it up well. One thing I say about Mason Mount is he's very composed. He looks like a player who exceeds his age in terms of experience and knowing the right thing to do at the right time. He's looked to get it forward at all times, which is decent. Other than that, again, it's been a very difficult 40 minutes to analyse as a Chelsea fan, looking for the best and the worst amongst the Chelsea players. That's a wonderful ball from David Luiz to Marcus Alonso. His first touch wasn't good, but he gets the ball in anyway. That was an incredible pass from Marcus Alonso. Batshuayi not committing to running into the 6-yard box. If he had, we would have seen the first Chelsea goal there, I think. It's a lovely ball in. Olivier Giroud warming up. Bakayoko warming up. Zappacosta warming up. What a ball, though. David Luiz with the pass of the match so far, and Alonso's cross was absolutely perfect. But Batshuayi wasn't sharp enough to get forward. Chelsea looking for a goal in the final 4 minutes. I finally got my pen. Yeah, well, the thing is, we're starting to pick up the tempo, but then we're going to make 11 changes at half time, so it's kind of irrelevant. Danny CFC says Kepa and Tammy have an illness, so they aren't in the squad. I didn't know that. Kan jag prata svenska? Ja, absolut. Here's Azpilicueta for Chelsea. Kawasaki defend well. It'd be interesting to see if they make 11 changes as well. Here's Pedro for Chelsea. Gets the ball into the box. It's headed away, but it could fall for Kennedy. Overhead kick from Kennedy. And, well, that is not making the highlight reel for anybody. Kennedy there, trying the acrobatic. Stretches his legs as if to say, I didn't warm up enough. If I did, well, that would have gone in. I don't think it would have done. I don't think he's got it in his locker. He just went for it all wrong. Why can I speak Swedish? Well, my girlfriend's from Sweden and I spend a lot of my time in Stockholm. So I can't really speak Swedish, but I can understand it when I hear certain things and I can make the odd comment. Yeah. Good defending from Azpilicueta as Michy Batshuayi. That is brilliant from Batshuayi. This could be the main thing in the first half. Batshuayi, he's in on goal and he runs straight into the defender, but he did everything right again. He's won the ball back again. Then he loses it. It's very frustrating from Michy. We've got everything from him but the end product right now, which is frustrating for him as well. And we talked about it earlier in terms of the psychology of the striker. They could be playing very well, but no goals equals further and further self-esteem issues as a striker. And at the moment, he will be frustrated with this because he was one-on-one there with the last defender. All he had to do was show it to the defender on his left. And I think we could have been talking about another Chelsea shot on target, which is about as exciting as it's got here in the first half. As Kawasaki try another ball, we've seen that so many times. Chelsea, without the ball, putting on the pressure, forcing Kawasaki to make the pass a second or two early. I would like to have seen Michy have a go from outside the box there. He saw that there was no one else supporting him forward. Pedro was trying to get forward, but he couldn't get there quick enough. More Kawasaki defenders coming back, and he ended up turning inside when he should have gone further out wide and tried to draw a shot. That's all we'd have seen from Giroud. Giroud's very good at that, of just waiting for the right opportunity to let the ball roll onto his preferred foot. What are you doing, Mastery?
About to go upstairs.
Very nice. Do I think Mount and Pulisic will become the ultimate duo? We will have to see. End product is the main thing for a striker. That is what we're talking about.
Olivier Giroud.
Kawasaki now getting forward. Chelsea with some defending to do. Gets it on his left. It's a good save from Willy Caballero. He turns it around for a corner. That was probably the most he's been tested in the first half. One thing I am noticing, though, is with Alonso playing left-back, and even Azpilicueta in this moment, Azpilicueta had actually come into the middle to cover, but the reason why they managed to get that shot away there, it was actually going wide and Caballero saved it. It's because flipping Marcus Alonso is just so out of position. So out of position. Obviously, I'm hoping we see Emerson in the second half, if I'm being very honest. Are you going to go and film some content up there, Master Pelican?
Yeah.
Very nice. Pronouncing Shabalala, the South African footballer. I think I just did it.
Shabalala.
Shabalala. Oh, Michy, brilliant again. Look at this. He's taking on everyone. He's literally taking on everyone. And then he does lose out in the end. Michy Batshuayi just bamboozling his way through about 4 defenders. That was a mad run. And this is what I'm saying. He's got no one supporting him again. This whatever's formation this is supposed to be, it hasn't worked for Chelsea in this first half. Players have been out of position all the time. And when we do go forward, let's not talk about that now, as Kawasaki almost get another shot away on the edge of the area. They're going for this. And it's a very good block from Kovacic. No, sorry, Jorginho. I've got it in. No, that wasn't either of them. It was Mason Mount. It's so hard. I've got it on such a small screen to actually see who's... No! Oh, calamitous defending. Kurt Zouma decides to dive in and get it out for a corner. He commanded that there. He took control of it. And this is the final moment of the first half. But Chelsea defending not very well. Hi, Colin and Mustard.
That's your rep.
That is the rep. All right. Kawasaki is headed away. And it is half-time in Japan. Kawasaki Frontale 0. Chelsea 0. What do we think of that first half? Let me know if you've been watching the game and watching the stream. Let me know in the comments, in the chat, what we thought of that game.
Hand with your hand.
For me, that wasn't good enough. There are some positives to take, but it wasn't ideal from Chelsea. I'm going to make the chat bigger now so that I can see what's going on a little bit more. At least the kit looks nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the kit's great. That might be one of my 6 things we learned tonight. I might have it as like an honourable mention.
What?
The kit is sick. Just making some notes in the book, guys. Kennedy was awful. Wouldn't say awful. Again, I'm thinking of so many like hypothetical situations. I should probably just analyse what we saw. Yes, he gave the ball away a lot. His first touch wasn't good. The chance he had, he didn't take it very well. Pedro didn't impress you. Okay, I didn't think Pedro was bad, to be honest. I wrote him down as looking sharp. A few of you saying that Pedro doesn't have it anymore. I'm not sure. I think that he's a great experienced winger to have in the squad. But I think Callum Hudson-Odoi, when he's fit, he will definitely be ahead of Pedro. And I also think that Pulisic, even though he's not the complete player, he is most likely to be ahead of Pedro. I think there's definitely going to be something to talk about in the second half with Christian Pulisic because it's the first time we'll ever see him play for Chelsea. I think one way or another, there's going to be a lot more to talk about in the second half. So make sure you guys stick around. Lawrence has just ripped me half a donut.
Go on,
Look at this, shall I?
There you go.
This is the one. Donuts in Amsterdam, by the way. There's not very much that's cheap in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is very expensive. That's why we're cooking at home, because we realised that if we were to eat out every day, we'd be spending like nearly €100. So yeah, donuts. Cheers, guys. Very good.
Phenomenal.
They're good, aren't they? How much do these cost us? Like what, 10 cents each? Bargain. Someone says cop some devil's lettuce. Yeah. Pablo, totally agree, mate. This is a good test because these guys are halfway through their season. You said it yourself. Someone says Lawrence is strutting around trying to show his little muscles.
My little muscles.
Try not to swear, Master. You don't want to bow down to these youngsters' level.
Who's this guy? Is this Lawrence again?
No, this guy's called Bryce.
Oh, right. Okay, I don't want to mess with Bryce, actually.
No one wants to mess with Bryce.
I don't want to mess with him. Okay. Yes, I'll be small. I need to go to the gym.
You do, so do I. Killing the game right now, mate. Thank you, True Fox. Well, I'm guessing you're talking about me. I hope so, otherwise that's awkward. Because Chelsea aren't killing the game. We're doing everything but killing the game, really. Shooting was poor. Mason Mount had a shot that was blocked. That was the only one that looked like it was going on target. Batshuayi hold-up play is phenomenal. Yes. You know what it is? Like, I wrote this down in my book. I'm going to talk about this in my video today. It's so flipping frustrating because he's not far away from being a very, very good striker. I think he's a good striker. I think he scores goals, but like for me, I think he needs another striker with him. I think the more I watch that first half and see that he's kind of isolated up there on his own many times. And when we saw him with Tammy Abraham, I may not have said too many great things about Tammy in that match against St. Patrick's. And yes, we're playing against a far better team now. But I think it makes Batshuayi more effective when he has somebody else to draw defenders away. When he's got one or even two men coming at him, he seems to make the wrong choice as to which way he goes every time. And the point leading up to that Everything's great. Fantastic. He wins the ball in the air. He holds it up very well. But when it comes to making that decision as to do I take this player on and shoot or do I wait and offload the pass, he seems to get it wrong. And as a striker, you're judged on goals. And if he's not scoring goals, then is he really doing his job properly as a striker? I don't think so. So as much as I want to keep saying positive things, I think he's got to figure that out. Pablo says we need to find our perfect 11 as possible. I completely agree. I think that we are obviously changing things up every half. By the end of this match, we'll have seen 2 different 11s playing 6 different times. So still, as we get towards the final matches of pre-season, I think we will see less changes in the matches and more focus on the match fitness of the players that we expect to start all of the matches. Mason Mount is so clever in his pressing and passing. Yeah, I said that in the first half. I think he exceeds his age massively when it comes to decision making, when to make the move, when to make the pass, what to attempt, what not to attempt. He very rarely gives the ball away. I'm very excited about him. I think he's got a big season ahead. Have I been to Norway? Yes, once. Oslo. The most expensive place I've ever been. Went to an Irish pub, which I normally consider to be like a fair-priced pub on the whole, all over the world. 25 quid for a pint. £25 for a pint of Guinness in an Irish pub. Are you kidding me? So I bought one. No, sorry, that's a lie. It was £25 for 2 pints. £12.50 per pint. Yeah, crazy. Even that. I know I kind of just anti-climaxed the story and killed it, but same principle. £12.50 for a pint is absolutely ludicrous behaviour. Okay, guys, I'm going to tweet out the stream one more time, as it is half-time and people won't be watching the stream most likely right now on Chelsea's website. Let me see. Why is that not working? All right. Do you want to take a look out the window and see what we're looking at again? Lawrence is sneezing. So there's another boat opposite us. So many bikes and cyclists in Amsterdam. It's so cool. Here's our little apartment.
What's up?
Looking awesome. Yeah. So good. Okay, I'm gonna... Why can't I close TweetDeck? Ah, there we go. Open it up again. Wicked view, mate. It is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I enjoy being here. Amsterdam is cool. Very, very cool. Thank you very much to Lewis for tweeting out the stream also. Chelsea 0. Kawasaki Frontale at half-time. We are expecting to see Pulisic in a Chelsea shirt, in brackets, our beautiful new away kit, in the second half. Come join the stream now for chat, discussion, commentary.
And a half-naked Lawrence.
And a half-naked Lawrence. That's exactly what we're doing. Whew! All right, decent. So, everyone else's thoughts seem to be pretty similar to me. Not bad. End product, not good enough. That's the lowdown right now.
Lampard out.
Lampard out, says Lawrence Benson.
There we go, that's my input.
So Lee Parker is currently interviewing technical and performance advisor at Chelsea, Petr Cech, on the pitch at half-time. I can't hear what they say. I've decided that as nice as the commentary is on Chelsea's website, I think I do a better version when I don't listen because I'm not swayed by other opinions. I can just look at what I see. So I try not to have like anything in my ear. Callum Hudson-Odoi and Loftus-Cheek haven't played once and we've already played 3 games. Hashtag Lampard out. Guys, if you haven't yet hit the like button on the stream, please do so. I want to see if we can make this the most liked stream on the channel so far. Considering it's in the middle of the day on a Friday, it would be amazing if we could do that. That would be a real coming together from the from the lads and the lasses. There's not many girls actually that watch these videos because I went on the analytics and we've got like 250,000 views in the last 30 days, or well, so far in July, and only 2% are from women. So that's not very many. Don't beg for likes. I mean, it's not really begging, but oh, it's Lawrence Fernandez, of course. I expected dry banter to come from you. Sorry, I should have been more switched on. Need Kennedy to play more games this season. What are we saying? If I could do a poll in the chat right now, I'd want to do a poll. I'd want to say Kennedy in, Kennedy out, because I feel like everyone is sat on the fence. I obviously made my video yesterday, and I only made that video yesterday as well. I kind of make all of these videos on the channel the same day as I post them, just so everything is still as relevant as possible. And yesterday I said that Kennedy needs to stay. I stick by that, not just because he had like a shocking overhead kick attempt in the first half. I'm not going to say Kennedy no, but I don't know. Keep him, yes, because we can't sign anybody. But are we keeping him because we can't sign anybody? And if we could, we would have got rid of him? Or are we keeping him because he's actually good enough? It's kind of difficult to know. 71 minutes into the stream. We're in half-time. It's Kawasaki 0, Chelsea 0 in Japan. Okay, the majority of people are typing in. Justin Tajahi Adikata has said it about 8 times. I think he really likes Kennedy.
Got your extender?
No. I didn't have enough room in the inserts to bring it, sadly.
How am I meant to spy now?
Lawrence is trying to spy photography on people that go past in boats. Call the police. I actually shouldn't say that, someone might do it. The life of Nicholas is very firmly in the Kennedy out camp. How good would it be in the second half if we see Pulisic score? That would be awesome. Raw Ghost, how can you possibly say both Pedro and Willian have to go? I don't see how anyone can say that in this current Chelsea climate. Like, that's completely disagree with you. I completely disagree. Okay, so the question we have is, if Olivier Giroud scores again and Chelsea win this game in the second half, does that put Giroud firmly ahead of Batshuayi in the Chelsea striking pecking order? I believe it does, and I think that is a talking point throughout this second half. %. Yes, okay, everybody's agreeing on that as well. First time in the stream that we've hit over 300 people. Welcome to anybody who's just joined. Second half, I'm going to focus a lot more on the commentary. I think we're going to see a lot of new things from Chelsea in the second half. We've watched 5 different Chelsea teams in pre-season so far, and the one we saw in the first half, for me, is either the worst or the second worst behind the second half performance in the first game. The question, John, was if Giroud has a good performance and scores in this second half, do we already put him ahead of Batshuayi in the Chelsea striking pecking order next season? I say yes. The majority of fans are saying yes as well. I don't think fans be unfair to Giroud. I just think that people need to understand what his role is as a striker, and it's not a 90 minutes twice a week striker. He is an impact player who, pointless point, but he has the best heel in football. Like, there isn't anyone else who can flick a ball like Olivier Giroud can. He's experienced, he's won trophies, he's scored a lot of goals everywhere he's been, and he is 100% a player that I want at Chelsea. But he's not a 40-goal-a-season striker. He's just not that. Where do I want Pulisic to play? Midfield or winger? I would like to see him play as a winger. Yeah, I agree, Toby. Fans are mad wanting Willian and Pedro out. Waiting for the second half. Me too. I'm looking forward to seeing what teams come out in the second half. I'm just seeing Chelsea have got Craig Mitch doing a video with David Luiz and Olivier Giroud, a Spurs fan. Interesting. Can't play Giroud because he scores 2 goals in pre-season. Well, quite clearly we're not just picking him because he scored 2 goals. I think I've just listed off a load of reasons why we should pick Giroud. I'm still much in the Michy Batshuayi camp because I think he's doing well. I'm just thinking from like a starting the season perspective based off of what we see during pre-season. If Giroud keeps scoring and Michy keeps not scoring, how can Frank Lampard pick Batshuayi over Giroud? Okay, so we're playing today on Friday and then on Tuesday. Nice. 3 players that I'm most excited to see next season. Well, I think obviously Pulisic is one because he's our new signing. Hudson-Odoi is 2. And number 3 is Ruben when he's back from injury. Do I think Hudson-Odoi will get the number 10 shirt? Yes. I think if he signs the new contract, it will be part of that contract that he gets the number 10. Just as like a statement of intent from the Chelsea board that he is like how we're building our future. I just hope he does sign the contract soon, because if he faffs around with it, quite frankly, he can go. Right then, Olivier Giroud is out on the pitch. The second half is about to kick off. Do I think he will sign the contract? Yes, I do. I think he's actually a lot closer than we think to signing it. I think maybe it could be one of those things where Chelsea try and tie it in as a PR stunt before the Barcelona game or during or after the Barcelona game, because that's obviously when people are going to be paying the most attention. Or alternatively, they do it at a time when attention wouldn't be peaking anyway. So they do it in like a downtime, which could be before the Barcelona game. The Daily Mail is reporting that he is. Okay, it looks as though Jorginho is staying on for the second half. That is good to see because he was my number 1 comment from the first half. So the fact that Jorginho is staying on probably tells me that he is definitely going to be a mainstay for Frank with his preferred starting 11 for what he thinks for the coming season. David Luiz has also stayed on. This is something we've not seen yet from Frank Lampard during pre-season. He's changed everything in the first 2 matches, but it looks today as though he's kept things the same. Michy Batshuayi has in fact gone off. Ross Barkley starts the second half with Chelsea alongside Olivier Giroud. David Luiz along the back line. If somebody can type the second half team into the chat, I would be very grateful because I don't have enough space on my screen to have everything open at once. Emerson has come on at left back. Andreas Christensen has come on as well. Willy Caballero is still in goal. Do we have Pulisic? That's what I want to know. That's the most important thing. If not, why not? And it's kind of like Frank is like dangling a carrot and just taking it away from us. Frank out. Pulisic is not on yet. Well, that's really flipping annoying. Mason Mount is still on. It looks as though Lampard has not made many changes at half-time. Christensen has come on for Zuma. Kovacic is still on. Okay, so we're looking at a similar team. Here's Ross Barkley, though, coming forward for Chelsea. Big half of football coming up from him. That's a decent ball. Mason Mount looks to be playing out on the left here in the second half. Looks as though Kennedy's gone off. Here's Mount linking up with Ross Barkley. Now Zappacosta, who's come on for Azpilicueta, gives it to his Italian counterpart Jorginho. Looks for the ball back, and it's going to fall to Barkley on the edge of the area. Zappacosta is in, but it runs out for a goal kick. Need any more moderators? Yes. Good question, Matt Bull. I'm going to mod you now because you're always in here. So let's mod you. Cool. Matt Bull is now a moderator. Score is 0-0. We're only 2 minutes into the second half. Please show us the stream. No, I'm not going to show you the stream. Just pay £2 like I've had to do to watch it. I'm not going to get my channel deleted just to stream it to get a couple of extra views. Good football. Life is complete. Do I think Zappacosta is better than Azpilicueta offensively? I said my opinion about Zappacosta a lot in my last stream, and I did say that Zappacosta's like a 6.5 out of 10 footballer who constantly tries to do things that only a 9 out of 10 footballer can accomplish, and he always seems to get it wrong. But then he'll do something else once he's made a mistake that you wouldn't expect him to do. So it's like, I don't know. He does the things he shouldn't do well, but doesn't do the things he should do at all. So it's annoying. Is Christensen wearing number 4? It does look to me like he is, yeah. Christian Pulisic is wearing the number 24 when he comes on, according to the app. Okay, Chelsea getting forward again. Ross Barkley. That's brilliant from Ross Barkley. Mason Mount over the top. He's inside the box here for Chelsea. Holds it up brilliantly. Mason Mount goes to whip one in, and it goes just wide of the post. But good link-up play again. Within the first 3 minutes of the second half, we've seen Mason Mount and Ross Barkley linking up together very nicely indeed. Which is interesting because I kind of expect them to be competing against one another for a similar position this season. It's good play. Unlucky. If Mason Mount would have scored there, he would have rocketed to the number 1 spot in today's 6 Things video. I'm liking this. This is already 3.5 minutes into the second half, a much better half than what we saw in the first. As Chelsea usher it back with Zappacosta's header. He's actually in his position right now, which is amazing for once. Best football channel. Thank you very much, Life of Nicholas. I appreciate that. Yeah, Ross is looking very good indeed as Ross Barkley gets forward again for Chelsea. He has tried a through ball. It's a lovely idea. Is that Kennedy? It looks as though Kennedy is still... Pedro is off, not Kennedy. Okay. So Kennedy is still on the pitch. He seems to be playing over on the right-hand side with Mason Mount on the left. We saw it at times in the first half that Mason Mount would drift over to that left-hand side. So to me, it looks as though Kennedy's moved over to the right. Mason Mount on the left with Giroud in the middle. Ross Barkley playing behind Giroud. I'm already preferring this, to be honest. Much better than more of a flat 4-3-3. Do I think we should loan Kennedy? No, I think he should stay. Depends how much he cares about playing football. Now Kawasaki looking to come forward again, and Zappacosta wins the first tackle, but Kawasaki get the ball forward once more, and he's looking like he's going to shoot from 35 yards. He still might. Offloads it. Kawasaki now looking to get people down the left. Zappacosta too slow to close him down. It's a good ball into the box, and it's headed away by Emerson. Again, Zappacosta, defensively, his positions are appalling. Hi, Colin.
Do you want a coffee?
Oh my goodness. Desperately.
Should I bring one?
Yeah, please.
Now? Okay.
If you can.
I'm going to come back, go on the roof, and come join you when you're done.
Amazing. Which coffee shop are you going to go
Probably just a local one.
to? A normal coffee shop? Or a different kind of coffee shop?
Well, up to you. Would you like a brownie?
No, I do not want. I don't want a brownie.
Okay. Last time, I'm just going to get, what do you want, flat white?
Yes, please.
Okay, flat white coming right up.
Well played. Olivier Giroud heads it away. Ross Barkley, who's been the best player on the pitch since he's come on, chests it down for David Luiz, who clears it. Chelsea have nobody in the Kawasaki half. Zappacosta couldn't stop a cross to save his life. No, his name is definitely not Zappacosta, that's for sure. What do I think of the Ampadu loan? I think it's a bit like, but you get it. Like once you have that initial disappointment that, you know, he's not going to be playing in Chelsea's first team next season, you understand exactly why. I think he's one of those players that is so close to being good enough. As Emerson gets caught out at left back, David Luiz though comes over and, as he always does, wins the ball back through his strength and draws the foul. Good defending from David Luiz. Can't remember what I was saying before that. Zappacosta. Zuma played okay. I think he made some good decisions. I think he didn't do himself any injustice, let's put it that way. Do I think the Hazard price was a good price? Yeah, a good price for Real Madrid, for goodness sake. If he didn't only have a year left on his contract, I think we could have easily got 180 million from Hazard, probably, if he had like 3 or 4 years left. Do I still play FIFA? No. I've played FIFA once in like 4 months and I lost. Lawrence and I played USA Women's or England Women's versus the Netherlands and I lost.
Big 1-0 win.
Big 1-0 win. Ampadu to Leipzig would be a good loan. Yes, I agree, because that would see him playing in the Champions League. Ampadu to Vitesse. No, definitely not. He's too good for that. No offence to Vitesse, but I'd like to see him play in the Premier League. I said this in my video yesterday. I think if we can just accept the fact he is going out on loan now, I think we have to be realistic and say that if he goes to a championship club, I don't think it's going to be enough for him to actually play the level of football we need to see from him to have the faith in him to play in the first team at Chelsea. So somewhere like a Villa or a Norwich, Sheffield United, one of the promoted teams, or maybe even somewhere like Newcastle would be amazing. It would give me even more reason to hope Newcastle do well. Kawasaki looking to get the ball into the box. Well defended by Christensen, and Emerson gets it away. They're looking dangerous, to be honest, this Japanese team. Their fitness levels are going to be so much higher than ours. I thought in the first half, if we kept playing like a high-pressure game, we might drain them. But considering these guys are bang in the middle of their season, their fitness is far greater than ours, which is why this is a really good friendly for Chelsea to be playing. It's proper competition now, as Emerson gives the ball away. Send him to Vietnam. I'll let him live in my house. I'm not sure I've got the authority for that one, but, you know. Dylan hates Newcastle. Fair enough. Lawrence has just gone to get me a coffee. What a legend. When is the Champions League group draw? It's in Monaco on the 29th of August, I believe. Chelsea again with Kennedy looking to get forward. Kennedy is brought down. The referee looked as though he was going to give something there, but he didn't. Can one of the mods hide Manny from the channel, please? Or ban him from the chat if you can. I can do it myself, actually. Hide user on this channel. Come on, Chelsea. How do I think we'll get on in the Champions League? I do think we'll qualify from the group. I don't have any doubts about that. The thing with the Champions League is all of the teams are good. Oh, it's a diving header. Kawasaki with a big chance there. Zappacosta again putting the pressure on his man. The player is down for Kawasaki. He's claiming that there was a push in the back from Zappacosta. The referee's having none of it, but that was a really good chance. Yet again, not close enough, and he left it too late. And as he started to put the pressure on the defender, he went down, and the header wasn't directed goalwards. It was directed wide. Willy Caballero happy to see that one going past his post. Who do I think will score the most goals? I still think Olivier Giroud will score the most goals of our strikers. Come on, Chelsea. Ross Barkley doing very well again to Kennedy, who gives the ball back to Mason Mount. Chelsea looking to come forward here with Mateo Kovacic. Here he is again. Emerson to Mason Mount. He's just holding on to the ball inside the Chelsea half. Kovacic again, playing it along the back line to Jorginho. Nods it forward towards Kennedy. Chelsea keeping the possession, but they've got to up the intensity here. We've got to be looking for those forward passes, which Jorginho was doing very well in that first half. David Luiz. Looking for movement from the Chelsea players here. Emerson is hugging the left touchline. Olivier Giroud looking to make a run in towards the box. Emerson gives it to Mason Mount. This is good football again from Chelsea, but Giroud's pass slightly off the pace. Emerson not further forward enough. Bakayoko and Drinkwater on for Chelsea. Yes, two players that I said yesterday should leave Chelsea are coming on. Jorginho has been given an extra 10 minutes. He comes off for Danny Drinkwater. And Kovacic. Kovacic and Jorginho coming off. Danny Drinkwater and Bakayoko on for Chelsea. I may have said yesterday that I want us to sell him. Both of them, both of the players that just came on are players that I wanted to leave. But as they are Chelsea players, until they're not Chelsea players, I will continue to support them. So I'm hoping for a good half from Bakayoko and Drinkwater here, as Bakayoko looks to win the ball back straight away. Both Drinkwater and Bakayoko linking up to win it back there for Chelsea. Here's Emerson. Who is number 14 for... Oh, Bakayoko. I won't keep giving mods to people that keep asking for mods. I know you've been here a lot, Nicholas, but we've got a few in the chat already right now. Katayoko and Drink Drive on the field. Come on, Chelsea. Ampadu to Norwich. I would support that move. I endorse it. Here's Ross Barkley, who's had a very positive start to this second half for Chelsea. Looks to spread it out wide. Here's Zappacosta, doing what he does best, getting forward. Zappacosta looking to take on his man. He holds it up nicely. Rolls the ball back here to Danny Drinkwater. Danny Drinkwater trying to link up the play between him and Bakayoko. Passes it to David Luiz. Plays a nice ball out to Emerson, who's hugging this left touchline well, stretching the play well for Chelsea. Here's Mason Mount on the edge of the area, gives it to Giroud, looks for the flick back, well defended from Kawasaki, and they get it away. There's so much more assured at the back, Kawasaki, than what we saw between St. Patrick's or Bohemians. They do a lot more of the work, the hard work well. I apologise if I keep becoming overexposed when I move back. Like, I don't know why the iPhone does that. For such a good camera, it makes such stupid camera decisions. Zappacosta would make a decent winger, but he wouldn't make a decent winger for Chelsea. That's the sad reality. Like, Willian, Pedro, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, they're all better wingers than him anyway, so what's the point? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the St. Patrick's goalkeeper was very good. I'll give you that. Okay, Chelsea with a corner. Mason Mount goes over to the far side to take the set piece. Does put it into the box towards David Luiz. Doesn't beat the first man. That was kind of like a Fabregas 2015 corner there. Kennedy back for Chelsea. Now Emerson all the way back to Willy Caballero. The score, Ben Harrop, is 0-0. 58 minutes into the game. Chelsea coming up against a stern test in the third place team in the J-League in Japan. Kawasaki Frontale. They're a decent side. They look very organised. Here's Ross Barkley. That's a lovely ball from Ross Barkley towards Kennedy, who puts his shot wide. But yet again, it is another very smart ball from Ross Barkley. Kennedy, frustration. He's kind of like knocking his head against the back post, you know, like the post that holds up the goal, or the net of the goal. That was a really good ball from Ross Barkley. I'm going to have to make a note. Can this stupid camera stop doing that? It's pissing me off. Ross Barkley. Very clever passing. It's still doing it. You think we'll struggle for goals next season? Ross Barkley should definitely stay. Why am I making notes? The reason I'm making notes is because as soon as this game is finished, I am recording a 6 Things We Learnt video, which is currently my most popular series on my channel. And I make those after every match. So I make notes as the game goes on so that I can like formulate my points for that video to make it more coherent. So that's why I'm making notes. Here's Zappacosta for Chelsea. Holding up the ball. Gives it to Kennedy. To Bakayoko. Chelsea looking to get forward. Danny Drinkwater. He passes the ball backwards to Christensen. But Chelsea maintaining possession well. Emerson again. Hugging this left touchline to stretch the play. Mason Mount. This is good. A lot more space for Chelsea in this second half as Emerson takes on his man. Gives it to David Luiz, who's looking for one of those classic David Luiz 40-yard passes. Instead, he nods it forward to Christensen. Christensen running forward with the ball again. He's got Kennedy in front of him. Zappacosta. Patient build-up from Chelsea, but we're looking to get it forward, which is the best thing. Come on, I want to see it keep going forward. Will Everton do well this season? I know that Everton fans think I've got an agenda against Everton. I don't. And as he commented that, he retracted it. I don't know why, but... Love in the hat. I mean, you can't see it very much right now because it's out of the frame, but it's all good. Got to have some element of Chelsea on my head, or... Why is the camera doing that? Can it stop? This is winding me up, guys. Has the performance been good? The second half performance has been good. It's been much better than the first half. Oh, you retracted it because you spelt my name wrong. No worries, mate. I don't get offended by very much at all, so it's absolutely fine. Love the trim. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to watch the match on big screen, and I'm simply going to respond to the comments from the phone. I'm going to move it as well because I feel as though this whole lighting situation is dogging me off when I look at it. Let's move it there. I'm going to sit back a little bit. There's the bathroom. You're getting like a semi-tour of the apartment now. There's the window which backs onto the street. First time on your live stream. Love it. Better than the... Okay, I'm not going to involve myself with comments when we're comparing me to other Chelsea channels, but thank you. I appreciate it. Didier got to come home and be in the dressing room. Well, Ashley Cole has been doing some ambassadorial stuff in Japan for Chelsea, so maybe that's like a little tester of the waters to see if he can be involved in the setup. It's already looking good with Jody Morris, Frank Lampard, and what's his face, Petr Cech. So if we can add some more of those Chelsea legends, then we're really talking about a little family building up here. You don't think Batshuayi is good enough, giving Tammy the nod in my view. Maybe. Apparently Tammy is sick, so that's why he's not involved today. 62 minutes gone. It's Kawasaki 0, Chelsea 0. Key talking points so far in the second half. Ross Barkley is looking very creative and clever indeed. He's trying to find some really nice passes, linking up with Mason Mount very well, which is something we could see more of. Mason has gone out to the left of the midfield so far. I expect he's playing over on the left because Pulisic is going to come on. Although what I'd like to see is I would like to see Kennedy come off as Caballero almost gives the ball away inside the box for Chelsea. But Kennedy's done very well to come back and win the ball here. He's getting forward, but yet again his touch is poor. He gets lucky as the Kawasaki defender runs back. Here's Zappacosta for Chelsea, looking to get the ball into the box. Zappacosta driving in. It's a good strike from Zappacosta. Good save from the goalkeeper, but a poor choice. Should have tried to drag it across goal because Olivier Giroud and Barkley were both there running in. Positive from Zappacosta though. But yeah, as I was saying, I would like to see Pulisic come on for Kennedy and keep Mason Mount on the left-hand side of this midfield and see Pulisic, Mount and Giroud. Wambwara Wararu. Oh, okay. Now we're talking. As soon as I said that, Christian Pulisic is coming on for Chelsea. Pulisic's debut is happening right now. And we are streaming live on YouTube. Christian Pulisic, the first time in a Chelsea shirt. We're seeing him come on. Kawasaki are making a couple of changes. Also, I've not seen who he's come on for yet. But this is very exciting indeed. The goalkeeper's coming off. Kawasaki are changing keeper. I guess the other guys got bored because, well, there's not really been that many shots and chances. I still want to know who Pulisic has come on for because Kawasaki are making so many changes. They've not got round to announcing it yet. Come on, Christian. So it looks to me as though... Who did he come on for? I still don't know who he's come on for. I can't see Mason Mount. He's come on for Mason Mount, I believe. Okay. Kennedy remains on the field for Chelsea. Now Chelsea getting forward again with Emerson. He's got Christian Pulisic in front of him. We still haven't seen him touch the ball. I will let you know when Pulisic touches the ball for the first time. Kennedy in central midfield. I don't think so. Is that Mason Mount? No, that's Pulisic. Yeah, Mason Mount has come off, guys. Mason Mount has come off for Chelsea. Pulisic has come on. It's a direct sub. Here he is on the ball now. Getting forward. Gives the ball to Emerson. He's running into the box. He's looking to do... Nice positive run. Danny Drinkwater. It's a good ball towards Kennedy. It's going to fall for Ross Barkley on the edge of the area. He decides not to shoot because the Kawasaki defender gets in front of him and he does get it away. Good defending from the Japanese team again. It looked as though Ross Barkley was going to pull the trigger. The reason why Mason Mount has come off, is I don't know. Frank's decision? I have no idea. I thought Kennedy was going to come off, but I think he wants to give Kennedy some more minutes because I kind of feel like he sees players staying on, particularly in Kennedy's case. I feel as though it's more of like a last chance for him to stake a claim to play against Barcelona, whereas Mason Mount is not playing the full match because I think Frank sees him as playing a part in the game against Barcelona, probably more of a part next season. So, yeah, it could be Kennedy's last game. Do I think we'll score? Absolutely. I would have ended the stream early if I thought we were destined for a 0-0. But I don't think we're destined for a 0-0. I think we will score. I think Pulisic coming on, he's going to be trying to do something for the Japanese Chelsea fans and all of us watching here on the web app. So I think we will score. And I think Christian Pulisic's going to get the goal. Or Ross Barkley. I'd love to see Ross get a goal here. My friend Jack met Ross Barkley after a Chelsea game towards the end of last season. Or last Christmas. Pulisic hat-trick, just imagine. Will I be making fantasy videos? I will. I've not really thought about a fantasy football series, but I will be making, obviously, I will make a fantasy football team on the Premier League app, and I will invite all of you guys on the channel to join. Pardon me. And then I'll probably be doing predictions videos Jeez, I got hiccups out of nowhere. I'll be doing predictions videos. Christian Pulisic, lovely turn of pace there, and he gets forward. He's taken on 3 men, and then he's fouled, but he somehow manages to keep hold of the ball. Gives it to Barkley, Danny Drinkwater, Bakayoko, Chelsea. Brilliant start from Christian Pulisic. The first thing we see from him, Zappacosta getting forward. Decides to cut inside onto his left foot. Chelsea now looking very dangerous going forward. Here's Pulisic again, coming over to the right-hand side. He's everywhere since he came on. Good little touch there from Bakayoko. Pulisic, he's still got it, but the Kawasaki defender does well. Exciting stuff. That is what I want to see. I want to see him coming on and giving it everything in his Chelsea debut. Now Kawasaki getting forward. Zappacosta, you are the right back. Can you run back, please, Zappacosta? What are you playing at? Christensen's been dragged over as Kawasaki get more men forward. Danny Drinkwater with a block. Caballero comes out on a commanding grab and he rolls it out to Bakayoko. The intensity of this game is going up a level here as Bakayoko looks to drive forward for Chelsea. And it's good defending from Kawasaki again. They are very good defensively. I'll give them that. Pulisic looks a little nervous. Maybe, but he's doing well. Ross Barkley is so underrated by Chelsea fans. I don't know if he's underrated. I just think like we probably over-expect. Good defending from Christensen. Now Bakayoko bringing the ball away for Chelsea. Pulisic is now over on the right-hand side. It looks as though him and Kennedy have switched. Pulisic started out by coming on for Mason Mount. He was starting on the left, but Kennedy's moved over to the left now. It looks as though we're going to see Pulisic playing more from the right-hand side in the second half. 20 minutes to go. Kawasaki 0, Chelsea 0. I am watching the game on the app, and that is an incredible ball from David Luiz. Wonderful first touch from Pulisic. He gets it in on his left foot. Defended brilliantly again from Kawasaki. These guys are tough to break down. Very tough to break down. All right, come on, Emerson. Put the pressure on. Let's not let them get the ball away. We were doing it very well in the first half, and yet again, the pressure from the Chelsea players has managed to get us the ball back so often. We don't even need to make the tackle because we force Kawasaki to make the pass and it goes out of play. Here's Giroud doing what he does best, holding it up to Barkley. That's good play, Kennedy. It's a brilliant save from the substitute Kawasaki goalkeeper. Kennedy was onside. He could have done better there. And it was Ross Barkley again with that decisive through ball. Kennedy making a good run. Giroud wins it back. It's Ross Barkley from 30 yards. And the shot deflects out for a Chelsea corner. This is getting very excited. I would actually have loved to see, yeah, Darren, you said it right. I'd like to have seen Kennedy take on the keeper there. He looked to dink it over, but the goalkeeper stood tall. The substitute goalkeeper, Giroud to Barkley. It's lovely from Ross Barkley again. Clever passing and through balls have been absolutely fantastic in the second half. Kennedy, good run. I'm making notes, guys. Good runs, poor finishes. Which if you're playing as an attacking player, your finishing's got to be better. Another substitution for Chelsea. Casey Palmer, a man who I said should go out on loan yesterday. He is going to get the final 20 minutes of this match. And Kennedy, that was the final thing that we see from Kennedy. Potentially the final thing we see from Kennedy in pre-season in general. He's had 70 minutes tonight. Maybe he's not going to feature in the game against Barcelona. Casey Palmer is coming on to replace him. A man that I said should go out on loan at Chelsea. And I feel as though the next loan move, whatever it is for Casey Palmer, if he gets it, is the final one in his Chelsea career. If he doesn't do anything off the back of a successful loan spell next year, as the first thing Casey Palmer does is whip in a dangerous corner. David Luiz was going for it, but it will be another Chelsea corner here. 20 minutes to go in Japan, 0-0 in the first game of this Japanese tour in pre-season. Chelsea's third pre-season game. We're still unbeaten under Frank Lampard. Casey Palmer might play against Reading, then go. But oh, it's an effort from, who was that? Danny Drinkwater with a volley. On the edge of the area, Kawasaki defending well again, and they force a foul. Guys, we're 14 likes away from 200 on the stream. If we could get it to 200 likes, that would be amazing. Chelsea now looks like they have a free kick. I thought it was a free kick going the other way. It's a free kick on the edge of the area here for Chelsea. 3 players that are currently standing over it. David Luiz, Emerson and Ross Barkley. I'd like to see Ross go for this. He has been, without question, the best player on the pitch here in the second half. It looks as though he's asking David Luiz for it. Emerson wants to whip it in with his left foot, but I definitely think it is ready for a right footer to curl this up and over the wall. We saw him take a free kick against St. Patrick's. David Luiz is walking back. It looks as though David Luiz is ready to go for the old dipper to make the goalkeeper slipper. Put it in the back of the net for Chelsea. David Luiz, it's headed away. Doesn't manage to get it up and over the wall. Furthest man back for Chelsea is Andreas Christensen. Here's Danny Drinkwater looking for an incisive ball, but he decides to give it wide to Zappacosta. Zappacosta now giving it to Casey Palmer, looking to take on his man, but he's given the ball away. No foul from the referee. It's play on. If anything, it was a foul from Casey Palmer. And Kawasaki do very well. It's good play from Danny Drinkwater. Good hustle from him. to win the ball back. He won it clearly, and Olivier Giroud comes back to retain possession. Here's Bakayoko for Chelsea. Giving it to Giroud. Chelsea upping the intensity, getting forward a lot more. Pulisic to Emerson. Emerson waiting for the run again. Pulisic back over on the left-hand side. It's difficult to know where he's playing right now. It looks as though he's kind of doing like a Hazard, where he's got more of a free roam, starting on the left, but he can cut in and move across. He seems to be everywhere right now for Chelsea. Here's Andreas Christensen. Through ball to Zappacosta. This is a real chance to get the ball in the box with David Zappacosta. Cleared away from Kawasaki. Doesn't beat the first man. Casey Palmer wins it back for Chelsea. He's brought down, and that will be another Chelsea free kick. 25 yards from goal on the right-hand side of the play this time. This is either ready for a left footer to whip it or maybe a right footer to put the ball in the box towards the head of Olivier Giroud. Casey Palmer fouled. Drinkwater needs to drink more water. I mean, one could say that. Yeah, Casey Palmer is a big lad. Ross has a chip on his shoulder. He's playing brilliantly. I agree. There is definitely a point being made here from Ross Barkley today. Olivier Giroud is over this free kick. And it looks as though he's going to go for goal. If he's not going for goal, it's a waste. He should be in the box. It's Giroud's free kick. Forces another very good save out of the substitute goalkeeper for Kawasaki. It was a great free kick from Olivier Giroud. It looks as though he is staking a claim to be free kick taker for Chelsea next season when he is playing. Yes, Danny, I want a goal as well. It's coming. It's definitely coming. We're getting closer. Ever since Kawasaki have changed their goalkeeper, we've actually tested him. And so far, he's been up to the test. Another corner taken by Chelsea towards Bakayoko. And it looks as though it's going to be a goal kick. Chelsea getting closer. 15 minutes to go. Kawasaki 0, Chelsea 0 in the third pre-season friendly under Frank Lampard in Japan. First one in Japan. Third one in total. Lawrence, it's still 0-0.
Are you kidding me?
It's getting closer though. It's getting closer. Giroud's just had a good free kick. Ross Barkley's playing very well.
Lampard does not look happy.
He doesn't.
Master, we need you on. Up front. Partner of Giroud.
I agree. We're both pretty much the same person, aren't
Wait,
we?
hang on. One of them has a C sign. Has a C letter.
C.
C. Is
that you?
Yeah, that's cappuccino. This is flat white.
Sorry, Colonel Mustard. Lawrence's nickname is Colonel Mustard. So if you want to follow him on Instagram, at Lawrence Ryu Benson, you call him the Colonel.
Colonel Pelican.
The Colonel Pelican.
Master Blaster. I went to that really good coffee shop.
Streaming Beans?
Yeah. Streaming
nice.
Beans, yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, really nice inside.
Go on, Casey. Casey Palmer, driving the ball away for Chelsea. I'm in commentary mode right now. 2 players on him again. You've got to release it. If you're not going to run forward with it and do something with it, you pass the flipping ball. Kawasaki win it back. You know what? If we don't take our chances, we could lose this game. These guys are actually good. Completely underestimated them. To be honest, I didn't actually know they were halfway through their season. They've only lost 1 game. Danny Drinkwater, well played. Gives it to Ross Barkley, looking to drive forward. He's got Olivier Giroud making the run. Ross Barkley's going to follow it into the box. Giroud takes on his man. He looks for that ball. Oh. Would have been where Ross should have been, but he was just holding back a bit too much, and it doesn't beat the first defender. Still 0-0. Good link-up play, though, again from Giroud and Barkley. I really want a goal. Imagine making a video, 6 things we learned from a 0-0. Great, might as well just cut it down to 0.6. Oh! Uh-oh. Bakayoko, please make the tackle. Please make the tackle. And Bakayoko is fouled and he is down holding his knees. That was an awful tackle. That's got to be a yellow card. Bakayoko is in serious pain here. Although he's shaking his wrist as if someone stood on his wrist. I don't want to make Bakayoko jokes here, but I'm pretty sure that nothing happened to his wrist. Did it? Did it? Maybe, yes. Maybe he fell on his wrist. Now he's holding on to his ankle. This isn't good. This isn't good. Bakayoko is down. He's still down. And N'Golo Kante is stood holding like one of those things they give you to wave in the stands. He's just the cutest footballer ever, isn't he? Look at him. What a man. Fun fact, Kante follows me on Twitter. Just thought I'd tell you that. Because he only follows 180 odd people. Pretty cool. He's still shaking his wrist. I don't know what he's done to his wrist. Most humble guy. Frank Lampard is walking down the touchline. I think he's asking the question, can he carry on? If Bakayoko comes off now, well, could be it. Fun fact, you liked my response yesterday. Very nice, Mr. Dillon. Very nice indeed. 12 minutes to go. We're going to have a bit of stoppage time as well for this Bakayoko injury. He's on his feet. He's hobbling. It doesn't look as though he's going to continue. To me, it's kind of pointless in continuing because if he is hobbling around, there is no point in giving a man minutes who's not going to be running around. So I'm not sure who is going to come on to replace him. He's only been on for about 10 minutes. And again, no impact for Bakayoko, but he's not really had the chance today, which is kind of unfair. But it is what it is. He's limping off. Can Barkley be moulded into Lampard? Well, he's already got the number on the back of his shirt. That's a start. We're talking about a 20-goal-a-season striker for multiple years. If Ross Barkley is going to ever become anything like Frank Lampard, he's got to start that now. His career, he's not young anymore. He's young, but he's not young. We're not talking about like Hudson-Odoi's kind of age. We're talking a player who should be entering his prime years. Pulisic, well held up, gives it to Giroud. Now Emerson. 10 minutes to go for Chelsea to grab a goal here in Japan. Bakayoko is back on the pitch. He's running around. It looks as though he's okay, which is good to see. Maybe he can get the winner for Chelsea and everyone can comment on how stupid I was to say that we should sell him in yesterday's video. Maybe Danny Drinkwater will get the goal as well. Who knows? He's actually played very well, Drinkwater, since he's come on. He's not done anything wrong. Yes, 200 likes. Thank you, everybody. Ross Barkley with another great ball forwards towards Pulisic, looking for Giroud. Chelsea win a corner, but it's that incisive pass from Ross Barkley again. Christian Pulisic looks very good in Chelsea's away kit, settling in nicely on his debut. Olivier Giroud will get the goal, according to Darren Clark. Yes, I think he might, I think the Giroud header is coming up. Chelsea with another corner. The set pieces are starting to amount now. Christian Pulisic is going to take the corner. What are we going to see from him? It does beat the first man. It's a good ball in towards the box again. It was Giroud who was up for it, but well defended from the Kawasaki defender. It's very rare you see any defender in world football beating Olivier Giroud to a header in the box. This team have been very good. I've been very surprised by them. It's good that we're finally getting a challenge. And we're actually doing very well in terms of matching them for fitness. We're still controlling the game. Zappacosta, who gets lucky, and Zappacosta's still going, but he loses it at the third time of asking. Kawasaki get the ball away again. Zappacosta's got to get back, but he's still the furthest man forward here for Chelsea. Here is Danny Drinkwater going forward, and he wins the throw-in. Congrats on 9K. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that. Mastery, we hit 9,000.
Woo!
Yeah!
Come on.
Good play. Danny Drinkwater to Bakayoko. Bakayoko giving it to Emerson. Pulisic is on the left. He's made a lovely run. That's a good find. Can Pulisic get the ball in the box? He wins another corner. Chelsea piling on the pressure now in a full stadium here in Japan. Christian Pulisic getting to the byline, winning the corner before it goes out of play. Nice little dink ball over the top from Emerson. Those two looking to build up a connection. It's something we could be seeing more of, particularly with Hudson-Odoi out injured. If Pulisic is going to start on the left while Hudson-Odoi is injured, Emerson and Pulisic are going to have to get to know each other quickly. Here's Drinkwater. Back to David Luiz again, looking to cross it with his left. It's a very good ball. And it will find Giroud at the back post. He's got Bakayoko for support, decides against it, gives it to Christian Pulisic. Good first touch from him. Bakayoko hugging the right touchline. Looking to keep hold of it. He's done well there, Bakayoko. Casey Palmer, again, not up to speed. He gives the ball away. Another promising attack without any end product from Chelsea. Someone almost crashed into our apartment in a pedalo. Just letting you know that. Come on, 8 minutes to go. Kawasaki 0, Chelsea 0. Keenan says, how do I watch the game? I paid for it on the Chelsea website. It's £2 a game. Sir Benson of the George, what is your favourite hymn? I don't actually know. I'm sorry. I often read the chat without actually like pre-screening the message I'm reading, so sometimes I don't actually have an answer for what I say. Master, are you heading out?
I'm going upstairs.
Okay, I was going to say, because I'm going to need the Sony in a minute to film the 6 things video after this.
Alright, got it. I'm literally just going to be on the roof.
Okay.
Are you going to film it on the roof?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll be up there in a bit.
Yeah.
I'll probably stay on for like 10-15 minutes after full time. He's going berserk. Oh! Oh, he is! I don't know what's going on here. I was too busy talking to Lawrence. I've completely missed it. I was doing my job as a commentator appallingly. I can't even speak proper English. So then, 7 minutes to go, plus maybe 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time. Kawasaki 0, Chelsea 0. The Kawasaki fans are in good voice. I don't actually know that because I can't hear anything, but it looks as though they're in good voice. As Ross Barkley looking to drive forward again. He loses it and he is the furthest forward yet again, Ross Barkley, driving to win the ball back. It's been a very positive second half performance from him. If we see a goal now before the end of the game, it will make for very positive viewing from Chelsea. I think the main takeaway so far has been the fact that we're playing against a team whose fitness levels are at their peak right now because they're in the middle of their season. And this is pre-season, and this is only match number 3. We're not even halfway through pre-season yet. And we're already matching what looks like a good side for fitness, which is very positive. Here's Casey Palmer for Chelsea, looking to drive into the box. He's looking for Olivier Giroud. Giroud gets up with a header. It's a good save again. Not enough power on it. It was slightly behind him there. Casey Palmer's ball in. Giroud would have wanted to go forward and attack that header. Would have given him more chance of beating the keeper for power, but it does add another shot on target to the Chelsea tally. I'll see you in a minute, Mastery. Now Kawasaki getting forward. We're going to see Emerson defensively here. Looking to stand up his man. Bakayoko again. Makes the tackle this time, but Kawasaki maintain possession. 317 people watching the stream right now. Thank you to everybody who's turned up at this crazy time during a work day or a school day on a Friday as Kawasaki get it forward again. Zappacosta does not defend it again, and they hit the crossbar. Best chance of the match. Comes flying off the bar, and that was all because Zappacosta, he can't defend. We've said it enough times within the chat today that Zappacosta is more of a winger than a fullback for Chelsea, and quite frankly, there's so many other wingers ahead of him. Maybe I should have included Zappacosta in my video yesterday. Not doing his job. The Kawasaki striker almost giving them the lead. Chelsea now will have to defend a corner. Willy Caballero pushing Bakayoko towards the near post. And it's played in again. It's headed away from Olivier Giroud, something he does so well. Didier Drogba-esque when it comes to defending corners. Kawasaki getting forward once more. Pulisic looking to put on the pressure. It's come all the way through. And it's got... Oh, what a save. Willy Caballero with the best save of the match so far. Kawasaki almost taking the lead there as Willy Caballero turns it around for a corner. It's a good strike, and he would have seen that late there, Caballero. There's almost every player on the pitch in the box, and he gets down and he gets a strong right hand to it. Still Kawasaki 0, Chelsea 0 with another corner to defend. Chelsea's defence under a lot of pressure here. They take the corner short. And again, it's looking as though Pulisic has got to go and make a tackle there. Not cleared away. There's another chance. And it's at the back post. He's got to score, and he does. Kawasaki 1, Chelsea 0. We are behind in pre-season for the first time under Frank Lampard. And it's the man who won the header against Zappacosta a moment ago. He manages to head it down into the ground, and it beats Willy Caballero, who's pretty much in his own net as he was looking to make the save. Poor defending again from Chelsea. Olivier Giroud is clapping to get everybody to come forward. We don't want to lose this game. We really don't want to lose this. There's been positives, but it's not been good enough. Yet again, it's Giroud and David Luiz who are not talking to one another at the back. One of them needed to command there and make the clearance. And it's two of the most experienced players on the pitch. There's no one on the back post. It was where Bakayoko was stood initially for the first corner. Things have obviously changed since then. And the Kawasaki number 9 makes it 1-0. Not good enough for Chelsea. This, you know, whether or not we're playing against Kawasaki Frontale from Japan or Man United in August. Yes, this is pre-season. Yes, we're not even halfway through it yet. But for me, those basic errors between two mainstay professionals in David Luiz and Giroud. The other closest player was Danny Drinkwater as well. These are players that shouldn't be making mistakes like that. Poor defending. And Chelsea, with 3 minutes to go, find themselves behind for the first time ever in their history with Frank Lampard as their manager. How are we going to react with this? Danny Drinkwater goes for a 40-yard pass. It's not good enough. It's really not good enough. Ross Barkley lets it bounce and it goes out for a goal kick. Danny says he thinks it was Emerson's man. I'll have to watch it back again. Shocking defending. Yeah, not good enough. Toby Mullen says Zappacosta out. Somebody's just said their striker is 48. Can someone please confirm how old their striker is? He cannot be 48. That can't be true. He does look old. You're kidding me. Are you serious? 48 years old. Oh my God. 48. My dad is 53. That's pretty much the same age as my dad. What? Are you serious? How did I not know this? Oh my goodness. We are losing to a goal from a 48-year-old. Oh no. He's only 29, not 49. No, he's not. Okay. Absolutely. They've got to communicate so much better. As Kawasaki get forward again. Now Zappacosta, he's got to defend it, and he does. Casey Palmer gives it back to Zappacosta. I'm always nervous when this happens. Here's Bakayoko for Chelsea. He's done very well there. Gives it to Casey Palmer. Chelsea have got to get forward here. We're into the final minute of the 90 as Zappacosta tries to drive forward with a run. Loses it out, but it's a throw into Chelsea. I'm hoping we can get an equaliser here. I can't believe this. This is actually really pissing me off. The 48-year-old didn't score, but he's playing up front. Okay. At this rate, we might as well have bought Frank on. Take a draw. Oh, I'll happily take a draw at this point. Plenty of talking points from this game. Emerson. Guys, come on. Let's not get too crazy. This might not be foreshadowing what's happening in the Prem. Ross Barkley holds it up very well again. Gives it to Pulisic. Driving into the box. He's put it onto his left foot. And he goes down. And it's a Chelsea corner. There was maybe like a 5% appeal for a penalty there from Pulisic. But he did manage to win the corner. Chelsea with a chance with a set piece. That's a penalty. That is a pen. That's a penalty. The defender made contact with Pulisic. He didn't really appeal for it enough. There was enough contact there. I think he should have appealed for that. We could have had a pen. He's gone over to take the corner though, Pulisic. I do like a player who's honest. Maybe he didn't appeal because he didn't feel it was necessary. He doesn't beat the first man again. At this point in time, you've got to appeal for those. What do I think about bringing back John Obi Mikel? It's not going to happen. Come on, Chelsea. We're into injury time. Zappacosta, he's into the box. It's a good run from Zappacosta. And again, he releases it far too late. Olivier Giroud's got his head in his hands. Zappacosta, he does the hard work, but not the stuff he should be doing. Like, it's just so obvious. This has happened about 5 times during this second half. He's looking at Giroud. Like, if that was somebody like Cesc Fabregas, he can look at the play and make the pass at the same time. Someone like Zappacosta, who's not as good as Cesc Fabregas, can't do them both at the same time. Fabregas is looking and passing in one movement and in 1 second. Someone said appeal, you mean cheat? No, if there's contact, by the laws of the game, there can be a penalty given. So therefore, it isn't cheating. If he goes down under no contact, then that is cheating. So therefore, if there is contact and it's the 90th minute of the game, you have to appeal for that, in my opinion. Okay, it looks as though the Kawasaki striker is coming off. They're making substitutions, trying to delay this match. Kawasaki Frontale of Japan are moments away from a famous victory against Chelsea. This may well only be a friendly in the grander scheme of their J-League season. They're halfway through their season. They've only lost once. So this has been a real test today for Chelsea. And it looks as though, for the first time under Frank Lampard, Chelsea are going to lose. The stream has now been going for over 2 hours. Thank you to everybody who has stayed. Nearly 400 people in the stream. Danny Drinkwater wins the header, and it looked like a foul there on Olivier Giroud. Chelsea have a throw-in, maybe one more chance to go. before the end of this game. Giroud is having a little argument with the Kawasaki defender. Chelsea have got to get things moving forward fast here. David Luiz. A nice 40-yard through ball from him would be nice right now. Andreas Christensen driving forward with it. Brings it into the Kawasaki half. Gives it to Ross Barkley. Gives it to Bakayoko, who's playing so deep here, considering the position we're in this game. Bakayoko again. Takes on his man. Gives it to David Luiz. Time has got to be up. Chelsea, too slow again. The referee has blown his whistle. For the first time in charge of Chelsea, Frank Lampard experiences defeat. Chelsea beaten in the third match in pre-season. I'm sure there was going to be a bit of a meltdown amongst Chelsea fans on Twitter as a result of this game. I am definitely going to be making a 6 things we learned video. I think I've definitely got enough content for that. After watching this second half, Chelsea are beaten in Japan. Changes were made at half-time. There were many positives to take from the match. And yeah, we walk off the pitch having lost. We go to Japan, and the hardest match that we're going to play is still to come. We've got Barcelona on Tuesday. Obviously, I will be doing a live stream for the Barcelona game. It's at Tuesday at exactly the same time as the league is on. Most likely, I'll be going to the matches in the Premier League, home and away. I'm hoping, as long as I'm not in another country where I can't make it. So in terms of live streams, I'm only going to be streaming when I'm not at the games. If I go and watch the match myself, I will be making a video that I will upload as a vlog to my main channel. And then obviously I'll do reaction videos here on this channel and pre-match videos as well. But yeah, I'm going to close down the stream. I've had enough of watching that. Chelsea are beaten. And that is really not what we wanted to see. It's not ideal. It's a first defeat under Frank. And I think the problem that we have with this isn't necessarily that it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. We've just played a pre-season friendly against probably the fittest team that we've played against, which definitely tells me that there's a lot of fitness things to work on within the Chelsea squad right now, particularly the players that were on show today. There were positives to be had again from Mason Mount. I think Michy Batshuayi again in the first half was good. Olivier Giroud didn't really get involved with the match at all in the second half. We didn't get enough shots in. Kennedy had a very good effort that was very well saved. There was also another strike from Giroud from a free kick that was very well saved. But yeah, I think the overriding fact that we take away from this game is fitness, which is what pre-season is all about. No one remembers the pre-season scorelines as soon as the season kicks off. No one cares. This match will be long in the memory very, very soon. So I think we need to be realistic and remind ourselves that this simply was a game against a team in the middle of their season, playing at home. We didn't long ago reach Japan, so there's going to be some tiredness mentally in there as well as a result of that. Don't know what's going on. Lawrence, what's going on outside?
It's raining.
Oh, it's raining again.
So annoying.
That is annoying. I was about to come out.
It was so nice up there as well.
Okay, guys, if you're in the stream right now, we've got 350 people. If you haven't yet hit the like button, now is the final chance to do so. It would be great if you could. I know I always ask for it. It's kind of just like a YouTube thing. Yeah, Casey Palmer is pathetic. I think that's a bit deep. I think that's a bit unfair. Again, we didn't see enough of these players to make statements like that. I think maybe he's not good enough, yes, but I think that's something we already knew if we're being realistic. A Massive Virgin says, Lampard out. I think that pretty much summarises why that is your YouTube username. Baka and Danny are wank. No comment. 7 subscribers away from 9.1k. Yes, if you're not subscribed, be sure to do so. Giroud looks shattered. Guys, we've got to remember, we're playing a lot of football matches in a short space of time. And obviously training is far more intense during pre-season than it is probably during any other spell in the season, because of that intensity of the games that are being played. So, all of these players are going to be working ultra hard. It's still very early within the pre-season. So I feel as though we can't look into things too much. We're playing against a team whose fitness levels are at their peak. They're third in the Japanese league, which I don't watch any Japanese football but from the articles I've read, football is certainly an up and coming thing in these parts of Far East Asia, China, Japan. So it's not like these guys are competing in a league similarly to the one in Ireland. I think it's probably a bit better. And Barcelona up next. That is going to be the first major test against familiar opposition that Chelsea are going to have had. 6 likes away from 300. I'm sure we can hit it. Thoughts on Pulisic? I think there was positives to be had. I think the main thing that I can take from what I saw of him was that he might well be on set pieces. It looks as though he's kind of got a similar role to that of what Eden Hazard had, where he starts on one side of the pitch and then he kind of has that free roam to intertwine with the middle and on the far side as well. Stop sitting on the fence. No, to be honest, there's nothing else you can do. The pre-season is the fence. Like, that is building the fence so that we can sit on it, you know? And then as the season goes on, it either doesn't go very well or it does go very well, and then we pick what side of the fence we're on. Good analogy. Hashtag Gilmore for Bacca. Yeah, I agree. Mason Mount versus Ross Barkley. Who should start? From what I saw in that second half, Ross Barkley was the best player on the pitch. He was the #1 positive that I'll take from this game for Chelsea. Danny says, look at the game as a whole. It was a last-minute goal. You're right. It's true, but it doesn't matter. We still lost the football match. If you get mad about pre-season, then you're a prat. I agree. On that note, I think I'm gonna say Pricey's comment is the winner of the day. If you get mad at pre-season, then you are a prat. However, I'm sure there are going to be plenty of Chelsea fans with various different opinions about what happened in this game. I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you to everybody who has joined. Thank you to everybody who subscribes on the stream. If this is your first one, I will be doing another one next Tuesday when Chelsea face Barcelona in Japan. And as soon as this video is finished, I will also be making a video of the 6 things we learnt from this match today against Kawasaki Frontale. Chelsea beaten 1-0, and there are definitely talking points to do. So expect to see the video tonight at 5 p.m. UK time. That is 6 p.m. where I am right now in Amsterdam. I'll be uploading that video then. Thank you guys to everybody who joined. If you haven't yet liked the stream, last chance to do so. I'm about to end it now. Catch you all later. Cheers, folks. Goodbye.